Welcome everyone to the live stream. I am your host Matrixlord212 and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, everybody? It's been a little while.
Yeah, so what the hell happened with Godzilla Singular Point?
All right, so before we get into it, I just want to say we're going to talk about spoilers for Godzilla Singular Point. For those of you who don't know, Godzilla Singular Point is an anime that is right now in Japan. It will be available on Netflix, I believe, starting on the 24th. So you'll be able to watch it then. There are places where you can watch it online. However, I do not recommend going to them because they could potentially give your computer a virus. So be careful if you do find a link to the episodes. I do recommend that if you are a Godzilla fan or a kaiju fan, tokusatsu fan, whatever you want to say, go watch it. Make your own opinion, form your own opinion. But we are going to give I'm going to give my opinion here. Joe hasn't seen it yet. I'm going to give I'm going to give my opinion here. Do not let my opinion sway you, whether I like it or not. Go watch it for yourself. You might like it. You might dislike it. That's all I'm going to say as like a preliminary thing.
Okay.
So right off the bat, what can I say about the show? So the show is 13 episodes long, standard season. It is an anime. For those of you who like anime or don't like anime, you got to decide whether or not this is something that you can get over or not. I like anime, so going in, I was like, yeah, let's do it. I've been hoping for a Godzilla anime for a long time. We got that Polygon trilogy, which was not good. I think we can all basically say that. I know that there are some people that like it. I did not like it. However, I will say that the prequel material to those comic books to those anime, movies is amazing. If you can find the resources for the prequel stuff, it is well written. It is a compelling story. I highly recommend that. So Godzilla Singular Point. Right off the bat, I'm gonna just kind of label this for you guys, so you know. And if you don't want to watch the rest of this, that's
spoilers.
I did not like this show. I don't hate it. I think it's far better than the Polygon anime trilogy.
Right.
But I'll say this. If you are a fan who is looking for a Godzilla story like you've seen before, this is not for you. This is absolutely not for you. Also, if you are a fan who thinks that you are going to get a lot of Godzilla, a lot of monsters, a lot of that stuff, this is not for you. Like, this is definitely not for you at all. If you like heavy sci-fi and a really deep like science story, then this is the show for you. This is like tailor-made for you. This is definitely what you want. So what are my main problems with the show?
Well, you were very optimistic about it. I remember last time we spoke, right? You were thinking it was going to be good, right, or no?
I thought that because I had made that opinion when I was only a couple episodes in, and I really liked how it began, and even into the middle, they were telling a really compelling story. It still had problems, but what happened was, by the time we got to the end of the story, the things that were strong at the beginning then became the things that made me not like it at the end, if that makes sense. So what are my main problem with the show is this, and I know the background of how this show was made. Like I know how this show came to be. So everything lines up with how this show was made. And now I get why they did what they did, but I still don't think it's very good. My main issue with the show is the dialogue and the characters.
Right.
Very simply put, the characters are not characters. They have no motivation. They're there just to spout like expository dialogue.
Oh.
And it makes it seem like they have a motivation, but really they're just there talking. They all sound like robots. Really, it's really distracting. There's only one character that I actually liked in the whole show, and that was this old man who runs the factory that builds Jet Jaguar.
Right.
He was the only one who was a character because he was funny, like he was somewhat comic relief. And I laughed at things that he did and he said, but that was it. By the end of the show, he was completely outshined. He was pushed to the back. Nobody cared about him. And I was like, well, that's great. The one character you made me care about, I don't care about anymore.
Right.
So when I say the dialogue, I'll give you an example. If you were trying to say something simple like Godzilla's grown in size, he's 100 meters tall now. Okay?
Right.
You would say that in regular dialogue. That would be the dialogue. That would be the line. Godzilla's growing. He's now 100 meters tall. Okay?
Right.
In this show, the dialogue would have been like, well, because of the geometrical distribution of the matter that he's coming from, this red powder is making Godzilla grow over 100 meters taller than what he was when he was in Tokyo. Now that he's in Osaka, he's 100 meters taller because of the dimensional distortion that he's coming. And it's like, shut the fuck up and just say he's 100 meters tall.
Right. Don't explain bullshit.
Right. Now, I get it. Like, you can have those moments where there's a lot of science dialogue. I get it. That's fine.
Yeah, but
it's every fucking line. Every line is like this. And it's because the people who wrote this show, I believe that they're either engineers or theoretical physicists who wrote this show.
Yeah, but this is not supposed to be an educational thing about whatever.
Right. So what was my second problem? That was the biggest problem with the show. My second biggest problem with the show, and this arguably may be the biggest problem that people have, you know, it wasn't my biggest issue, but it was, you know, at one point I got to this point where I was just like, where is he? Godzilla was a guest in the show.
Oh.
He was not, look, they tried to make it like he was the main, like, oh my God, Godzilla's coming.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, Scott. They didn't acknowledge Godzilla until like halfway through the show. And then at the end of the show, they were like, oh my God, he's going to destroy the universe.
What?
And I was like, what do you mean?
Well, he wasn't in the show.
About?
Right.
And then, yeah, so he has this evolution like he does in Shin Gojira. It's much better in this. This had much better forms for him. I actually really like I like the Godzilla Ultima design. I think that it's actually, from certain angles, it's a really cool design. I don't know why his mouth looks like one of those trash cans that you put your foot on and the top pops off.
Shit.
That was the only thing I didn't like about it. Everything else about him was actually really cool. He's got like armor on his body that makes him look really cool, and his atomic breath, like he has these concentric rings that form around his mouth before he fought. It actually looks really cool, the way they did it.
I'm going to have to watch it when it comes out.
Yeah, his roar is a mixture of classic roars. It sounds really good. He's really menacing, but the problem is that when he goes from Godzilla Terrestris, which is the form he's in before Ultima, he goes into the Godzilla Ultima form. He fires his atomic breath around the city. It causes a pretty good amount of destruction. Then the next episode, he's fighting Manda. For those of you who remember Manda, he was like the Chinese dragon-like kaiju. In this, he's more of like there's multiple ones, and they're more sea serpent-like. But in the city, he's fighting one. He kills that Manda, and then after that, he disappears into a giant cloud of red dust.
What is that?
He's not there for like the rest of the show. Then he shows up in the last episode, and Jet Jaguar fights him after he kills a bunch of Rodan, and then they use the oxygen destroyer, and he disappears.
What? Not very good planning there.
Whoa, okay. I'm sorry, but that sounds crappy.
It's not good. It's just the way that, and I'm not alone. I've seen a lot of Godzilla fans being like, "Why was this called Godzilla Singular Point? Why didn't you just call this? Why didn't you just call this Singular Point and just make a whole bunch of new monsters?"
Yeah.
They wanted to draw in. That's it.
That's what they did.
They knew that if we just put Singular Point, they think, people.
They just need the Godzilla name, right?
The fact that we use Godzilla in it, we'll get all the fans in, and it's the only thing.
So like the story of the show, really briefly, is that it starts off with this. There's this song that they're recording, and this song has these like weird properties that they're detecting, and around the same time, Rodans start to show up in and around Japan, and there's this. They seem to be emitting this red powder or red dust whenever they show up. And so eventually it's revealed that this red powder is a form of matter called archetype.
And about that.
Yeah. And archetype is like this multi-dimensional. They describe it as like matter itself, but it's more like a form of matter.
Yeah.
And they imply that it's coming from some other dimension, but it may not be. It's really weird, and it seems to have some sort of effect on time, in a way. And so eventually, more monsters start showing up. We get Anguirus, who has a great design. Anguirus was awesome, but for whatever reason, they gave Anguirus the ability to be able to see into the future and manipulate time.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
So it's this really complicated thing. There's this factory called the Otaki Factory where some of the main characters are, and they build Jet Jaguar there. Jet Jaguar is great.
He's great.
Yeah, I mean the initial design we saw where he had the really stubby legs was just his first prototype design. Eventually, what happens is, if I remember correctly, his lower part of his body, it either gets crushed or separated, and then he has another form where it's the upper part of the body on like a yellow, like he's got like 3 wheels on this like yellow crane kind of thing, and then they eventually give him regular legs. Jet Jaguar was one of the stronger parts of this show.
That's good.
They gave him a weapon. They gave him a spear that had one of Anguirus's spines on it that he used to fight other kaiju.
Right.
At the end of the show, he gets the ability to be able to change size, so he's almost as tall as Godzilla in the fight.
Right.
And that's the end fight, is him and Godzilla, and Godzilla just beats his ass really badly.
I just got, if I could just add this, I did a video on this. I don't know if you saw, Chris.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But, yeah.
Very appropriate, too.
Right? Yeah. This is my last purchase. Go ahead.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's okay. So basically the show revolves around these monsters are showing up around the world. This archetype is there. Wherever there's archetype, these monsters show up, and eventually Godzilla shows up in Japan, and he goes through his forms. He goes from Godzilla Aquatilus to Godzilla Amphibia to Godzilla Terrestrius, and then he finalizes in Godzilla Ultima.
Let me ask you a question, like related. Did they do action figures of this series in Japan?
Yes.
Like they did.
They did. Yeah.
And you could buy them?
Yes.
Or not yet?
I bought a few of them, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
Because like I said, not really. I got them from a shop in New York that imported them. So
in New York there's a shop.
Yeah, it's called Amok Time Toys.
Oh.
They're very good with that stuff. They bring that stuff over, and they're a little overpriced at times, but I don't mind it because they're cheaper than getting them on eBay. So I bought 2 of them. I bought the Godzilla Amphibia and Godzilla Terrestrius figures. I also got the Manda and the Anguirus figures. I'm not Godzilla has a form called Godzilla Amphibia in there.
Right.
I hate that design. The design is just awful. And I'm waiting to see if they make a better Godzilla Ultima, because I do like the design. I just don't like the figure that they released. But it's not bad. I've seen much worse from the movie monster series. But so anyway,
it's Amok Time Toys and Comics.
Yeah, AMOK. Yeah, Amok Time Toys.
Okay.
Yeah. So after Godzilla shows up, he sort of becomes like the major threat that they're trying to stop. But the major issue I had there is that, like I said, he never felt like a threat. They said, "Oh, Godzilla's a threat," but he didn't do anything. He stood in the middle of the city and he just emitted this red powder, and then it was like, I don't really care. Like he's not doing anything. So
I'm so against when they do stuff like that, though, because it's like a cheat.
Yeah,
you know?
and then they had. So one thing that this show did, which I really don't understand, I don't know why you don't just, like, they couldn't have just done new things. They took old things that Godzilla fans would recognize.
Right.
And they changed their names.
Ugh.
So the Oxygen Destroyer that I mentioned before was not the Oxygen Destroyer. It was the, I'm gonna say this wrong, and I apologize because it's got a ridiculous name, but it's called the orthogonical diagonalizer.
Oh, screw that. You know what? Like, these guys, that are technicians or engineers, like, you need to stick to, if you're going to do something else, like write for Godzilla, stop trying to push your education into your field into the show and name these ridiculous fucking names that you couldn't even pronounce or would ever even want to repeat.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and you know, they didn't even hide the fact, like, it was literally, it was the oxygen destroyer, like exactly from the 54 movie. Except it was green. But it was the same thing. And they kept going, well, we have to use the orthogonal diagonalizer to defeat Godzilla. And I'm like, just call it the fucking oxygen destroyer.
Call it the fucking oxygen destroyer. Right. Stop being an asshole. Right.
So, and then they
want to add their 2 cents to it.
Fucking stupid. They're trying to be like ridiculous.
They changed the names of some of the monsters, but they were the same monsters that we know. And then they had, and this leads into the end credits scene. There was a character called Dr. Ashihara, right?
Okay.
Who, throughout the show, they were like, he predicted that this disaster, they kept calling it the catastrophe, right? They kept saying, like, he predicted that this was going to happen, and he tried to take steps to make sure that the world was ready when monsters appeared.
Okay.
So they implied that he made the formula for the diagonalizer and stuff like that. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, so this is Dr. Serizawa. That's what you're trying to say, is that he's Dr. Serizawa, right? So it's implied that before the catastrophe began, years before, decades before, he discovered Archetype.
Please.
And allegedly, it's implied, it's not confirmed, but it's implied that when he discovered the Archetype, it sent him into the future.
What the fuck is this now?
And here's the thing. All right, this is where things get really, really weird. Okay.
You need a goddamn notebook to follow this. Go ahead.
Yeah. At the beginning of the show, there's 2 characters who are like, oh, there's monsters showing up around the world. Like, this is bad, obviously, right?
Obviously.
So this one guy goes, hey, I should probably show you something in the basement.
Yeah? You think?
And they're like,
it's my new trauma-omoligus Zappatory from the future.
No, wait, hold on. You have no idea. Wait, hold on.
God.
He's like, I should probably show you something in the basement of this building that we've been working in for like 5 years. I found it one night. So he takes him down. He's like, hey, put this hazmat suit on. And they're like, why? He goes, because what I'm about to show you may or may not be highly radioactive, and I don't want you to die, right?
Right, because you were radioactive when you first did it, but okay.
Yeah, so no, this isn't Ashihara. These are 2 totally separate characters.
Right? I know. Okay.
So they go into the basement, and the dude's like, oh my God, what is this? I don't understand what I'm looking at.
Please explain it to us.
They zoom the camera out. And ironically, this is something that you can just look at and understand what it is. They didn't have to explain it. But the question becomes, why the fuck is this here? Yeah. The camera zooms out and there's a Godzilla skeleton in the basement.
That's not, because it would be in your house in the basement.
So, but it gets better, right? So when Godzilla shows up, the skeleton starts emitting Archetype.
Nice.
And they're like, well, what?
So this is Godzilla's true skeleton somewhere from the future.
Wait, no, hold on, it gets better. So at the end of the midway point of the show, another character finds out that this thing is in the basement.
Oh, because he decided to go to the basement. Right.
He steals it.
Oh, without a hazmat suit.
So he had a hazmat suit on, but they literally they drive it out of there, right? They put it on like a flatbed truck and they drive it out of there. So get this. You ready for this? This is the end credits of the show. The end credits of the show show the human villains that were implied to be villains in the show, even though they weren't villains because they were trying to help people.
Right.
The human villains have this skeleton.
Oh.
And they're building Mechagodzilla around it.
Oh, well, see, here we go.
Like they did with Kiryu.
Are they going to call it Mechagodzilla?
Mechagodzilla singular point.
But wait, it gets better. Because then the camera pans out, and standing in the control panel building this machine is the guy that got sent into the future.
Right.
Because and he's got an insane look on his face, like, it was me the whole time.
Right, sure.
But
it's not. This is not a good show. It's not a good anime. It's not a good Godzilla story.
Yeah, it's just all over the place.
It's not good. And I hate to say this. I really do. And this is where a lot of Godzilla fans are going to get upset with me, but I have to say this. Is it
better than Doctor Who?
I have to say this because this is now the third thing that Toho has done in a row that I have not liked.
Right. Well, it would be Shin Gojira, right?
Yeah.
The other one, the
Polygon trilogy.
Right, and then this one.
And now this.
Right, there you go. Shit. Three trilogy of shit.
And I'm gonna say something even more controversial.
Okay.
They have that Godzilla ride in Japan right now.
Yeah, you said that it looks great, right?
The story in the ride is the best thing Toho has done with Godzilla in the past 10 years.
You said that.
Oh, damn.
And it's like 15 minutes long.
And they're not going to do it?
They did it already. It's a ride.
No, yeah, it's not going to be like a movie or not going to be like...
Oh, no. It has one of the best Godzilla designs ever. It has a really interesting Ghidorah design, and Godzilla and Ghidorah have a really cool fight in the friggin' in the ride. And Rodan shows up too.
But now this thing that you're talking about, are there going to be sequels to this on Netflix?
What, the ride? Or
no, the Singular Point.
Oh yeah, definitely, because it was one of the highest rated things in Japan.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So what's it going to be, like Godzilla X Duo or
it's just probably gonna be Singular Point season 2, and then they're gonna have to explain A, where Godzilla went, and B, why is there now a Mecha Godzilla? Why are they building Mecha Godzilla?
I mean, I can't stand it that all the stuff that we loved, like they come out with stuff for it and it like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Godzilla now, we got shit Godzilla stuff. I mean, the last movie would have been nice if Godzilla was the main character instead of like Kong, but like, and now we're gonna have just Kong stuff. But like, I mean,
we have to support the undercard basically now. That's the whole gist.
Well,
Godzilla was one of the main characters of the movie. He was the main quote-unquote villain.
Right, but I mean, I don't know.
It couldn't have been about him. He's had 2 whole movies to himself. So
I mean, yeah, it could have because it was Godzilla vs. Kong. I mean, it's like
but it's their joint movie.
I mean,
it's their joint movie.
I know. It's like Freddy and Jason. I know.
Yeah.
I know. I guess. All right. So is there any good news for Godzilla? Is there any good news you got for me rather than this bit? I mean, is there anything going on with Toho? And, like, what's their project next with Godzilla? Or what's
we have no idea.
Anything? Nothing.
We have no idea. Right now, everything's kind of in a everything's kind of paused. Like we're they may have plans behind the scenes, but we don't know what those are yet. The rumor is that they're working on the next MonsterVerse movie, potentially trying to get Adam Wingard to be the director. However that plays out, I don't know, because he's got a pretty full schedule with Thundercats and Face Off and any other movies he's doing.
The Face Off.
Yeah, I personally think that they should get another director in there to
First
do
of all,
a MonsterVerse movie.
Is he the only one in the world that wants a Face-Off sequel? Because I don't know anybody that wants a Face-Off sequel.
Apparently not, because they approached him about it.
Because the thing is, like, I don't know anybody that even remember. I mean, I've seen it a while ago.
I don't even remember. It's a one-shot movie.
That's what I would thought. But okay, so he's doing. I mean, Thundercats. Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm still now. Did you hear anything about Masters of the Universe, Chris?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Could you calm my fears about it, or no? Or is it really what we all fear? Like that He-Man is not the main. He-Man's not the main thing of the whole show, and it's really about. Was it Teela?
Skeletor?
Oh. Was it Teela and her resistance?
She-Ra?
Not She-Ra. Teela. What's her name?
Teela is the one girl. Yeah.
Teela.
Oh. Is it a Netflix thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Then yeah, she's probably.
It's Kevin Smith. I mean, they were saying like it's all the stuff we saw is kind of like bullshit.
White males are bad, so we got.
I mean, the whole thing we heard was that everything we saw in the trailer was bullshit because it's not even like He-Man lost to Skeletor in the final battle, and now Skeletor ruled Eternia, and what's her name, Teela? she's fucking like trying to get all these heroes from all over the place and then
that's probably what it is.
It's not even like about He-Man. Then it's just they're using the name Masters of the Universe, right? But it's not even He-Man. Like now
this is the one. It is, I might be She-Ra because a lot of people are upset.
No, She-Ra's not in it. No, She-Ra's not in it.
Then there was some complaint about how one of the female characters wasn't made so guys could.
Well, Tila, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like like this is what I'm worried about. The show Masters of the Universe was about He-Man, Skeletor. Yes, he had all the other characters in the background, but who's the one that decided to make? I mean, is that true that like He-Man's hardly in the fucking show? Like,
it wouldn't surprise me if they wanted her to be the main character.
Yeah, because it's the woke generation. It's the woke generation where all white males are supposed to be the bad guys. They can't do anything right. Women
if they're trying to bring back He-Man from back in the day and the popularity in the action figures, then bring back He-Man. But that's not what they're doing.
Let me put it to you this way, right?
That doesn't sell that shit.
Well, let me put it to you this way, right? They will, if this is true, because I don't know too much about it, to be honest with you. I don't like Masters of the Universe, to be honest with you, but I don't have anything against it. But I will say this, though. It would not surprise me if she was the main character.
That's fucking
dumb. It is because in a world where you have a character like He-Man being the hero, the current people who are in charge of production on these things will look at that and go, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking to make things sell like it was before. That won't sell.
Let them go woke. No, here, let them go woke, and everything that goes woke is going to end up doing what they always say.
You got to remember, they're not selling this show to the people who watched He-Man before. Mm-hmm. What they're going to sell this under, they're going to sell this under the guise of this. And whenever you see this, that means you have to read between the lines when you see things like this. But when you see we're looking to invite a new generation into that is code for your hero was bad. We have to redo it so that he's not bad.
So Kevin Smith was full of shit then when he was saying that it's.
I guarantee you that this went one of two ways. Either Kevin Smith really wanted to do this show like this, or he actually pitched a Masters of the Universe show to Netflix, and then Netflix said, "Hey, yeah, here's a bunch of money, but you got to do it like this."
But I thought it was up to Mattel the way they wanted it done.
Like he said, this is a new generation, and if it's not woke, and if it's not showing women being the superior person, they don't.
All these things that they try to do, it doesn't sell.
Do you want to know what
why won't they learn from the mistakes?
They don't care. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because they take these as vanity projects, and because they get out there, that's it. That's all they care about.
But they don't sell. The whole purpose to put stuff out there is to make it a success.
Yeah, but that's not how these people think. They think that they're doing the righteous thing. Like, we're making this was wrong.
Who cares about political fucking statements and stupid shit? You want stuff that's going to actually
be canceled, so they go to won't matter.
Everyone in production, in Hollywood, in Netflix, in Disney, they don't think like the rational business owner anymore.
That's terrible.
Now it's look at us. We're so progressive. La 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 la. It doesn't. It doesn't matter anymore.
I'm not going to watch
Let them lose money. Let them lose money. And when they start realizing they're going to lose money, then they may change their mind. But they got to lose their money.
That's why everything is going this way. Why do you think Star Wars, Doctor Who, He-Man, Marvel, DC?
Star Wars is fucking dumb.
Last thing, listen, man, and I count my blessings that whoever's up there wrote my story this way. That's why I'm glad to be a Godzilla fan. Because what are you going to do?
Well, Singular Point, that's what they're going to do. Fuck that.
Yeah, but that wasn't woke. I'd rather have Singular Point than them be like, well, Godzilla's a human female now.
Well, they almost did that in Shin Gojira.
Yeah, and they stopped them, thankfully.
Thank God. They were going to give him breasts and make him a woman.
But let me put it to you this way. If you think that this is the worst it's going to get,
it's not. I know it's not the worst. That's the whole point. That's the whole fucking point.
They got pissed off. They got pissed off because they in this new season of Power. Get this, right? they have this season of Power Rangers out now, right? Okay. And they're using the suits, like the Sentai footage and the suits from that to make this show, right?
Right.
And I get, and anybody watching this, correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's something along these lines, but I think it was in the Sentai footage, the Green Ranger was a female, and the suit had a skirt, right? When they brought it over here, they were like, no, abso-fucking-lutely not. Get rid of the fucking skirt, right? So in the show, they have the character morph into the Green Ranger, and she's like, I can't wear this, and she rips off the skirt. And that was like, yeah, because the patriarchy makes us wear skirts. And I was like, this is fucking Power Rangers. Like, what the fuck is the matter with you?
Which causes everybody to have PTSD now.
Hey, Zordon, I don't like your outfit that you made for me, so fuck you.
And they made it like this is a big thing. Like, oh, the Green Ranger's finally a female. I was like, you do know that the Red Ranger's been female twice now, right?
Right.
Like,
okay. Wow.
Like, what the hell?
I don't know. Jesus Christ.
But that just goes to show you, like, that is obviously kids programming. It's programming meant for children.
Oh,
please. But this is the thing.
Look what Nickelodeon's doing. So
yeah.
Isn't Seth Rogen doing Turtles now?
Well, but this is the thing though. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna use this word. The indoctrination starts when they are children, so that they grow up with these ideas.
They become assholes.
You can't let kids be kids anymore. What has to happen now is it's like you have to teach them this stuff early so that they grow up and agree with the quote unquote people who are right. When really you're just ruining things. Just for no reason.
So they get brought up, they think this stuff is great and sucks. And then they make shit themselves. And then everything's going to fall apart.
Yeah, they make it
until they realize, hey,
right way.
But we're watching.
There's no realize. They won't never realize.
No.
They'll never realize that it's bad.
And this is why I have a problem with almost every casting choice and everything that they do. You know, somebody made a really good point. And when they said this, it resonated with me because I was like, you know, that's right, and it's unfortunate that this is right. They said that if you're a comic book fan, now should be like the greatest point in entertainment for you. But you have to, like, when you hear that they're adapting something, you have to wait to find out what they're going to do wrong.
Right.
And I sat back and I was like, yeah, that's the truth.
There's a lot of shit go wrong. That's the problem.
Because I'm telling you right now, right? I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really starting to see a lot of cracks in the MCU. Like
with what? With Shang-Chi and Eternals?
Not just that, but I am really starting to get like whoever is back there. I don't know if it's Feige or if it's somebody else. But they are making comments about things, and I am like, please stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that up for a second, right? Can we bring this up for a second? Kevin Feige said made a statement about Loki, that Loki was brainwashed, and he did all these evil things because that wasn't true. That's not true at all. Like, he did fucking stab somebody in the eye. He did fucking kill a whole bunch of people. Because even if you watch Loki, he did do it. He wasn't fucking mind controlled. He wasn't fucking whatever. And you see Kevin Feige talking to like, oh, he's a fucking hero, and he wasn't mind controlled. No, you're lying. You're fucking lying. So now, of course, we disagree. I loved WandaVision, right? But I wasn't thrilled with Falcon and Winter Soldier at all.
Well, let me comment about that. I think we talked about this a little while ago, but I don't really remember the reaction to it. But I got to tell you, Kevin Feige's comment about why Doctor Strange was not in the show is one of the most legitimately mind-boggling things I've ever heard, and that's not hyperbole. I actually mean that. I to this day don't know who was out there thinking, well, Doctor Strange can't be in this show because he's white.
That's dumb.
I don't understand that. Like, who? Okay.
Because some idiots are fucking out there trying to fucking disrupt fucking the MCU.
But it was shit. Feige. It was Feige who said this.
Yeah, but it was also Feige. They admitted he fucked up with the Ancient One recently too.
Yeah.
Because pissing off China and everything, and he's doing all these other fucking stupid shit like Captain Marvel 2. The Russos didn't go with that narrative.
It makes me wonder, like, what else are they going to do in the future with this mentality?
You know what?
Seriously, like, think about
it. I'm going to tell you right now. First of all,
let me ask you this.
I'll tell you. First of all, here's the thing, right? The trailer for the Eternals was fucking god-awful.
Terrible.
Okay? The fact that you're going to fucking say these motherfuckers trained everybody on Earth, and then when the going gets tough, they fucking took a backseat and chilled and hid from Thanos, and now something erupts that's worse than Thanos, that they got to come and help us. How about, you know what? Don't even put the movie out. You're fucking stupid. And this is a fucking stupid-ass idea. That I even said it from the beginning. This is the stupidest fucking idea ever to do a movie, right? Shang-Chi, let me explain something about Shang-Chi, right? That was popular, like, in the fucking 70s.
Yep.
When they had all these kung fu movies and shit. And Marvel has done dick for decades with Shang-Chi. They've done nothing with him, right? You didn't even hear of him. He was shit character, nothing, right? Now that you're trying, it's the joke that they had on Saturday Night Live that they can make a movie about shopping carts and it would be a hit. They are literally doing that. They are literally doing shit with properties that they've never fucking done amount of shit with.
Because what they're trying to do is appease those individuals who they haven't done so they don't get charged with racism.
But they even realized that the Eternals sucked ass because they had the Eternals get their fucking ass handed to them in the comics and all killed and everything. They disrespected their own characters, right? Even in Humans, they disrespected, right? So I always said to you, Chris, remember I told you that the Inhumans movie will never fucking happen, right?
Yeah.
And I told you this is going to be the first movie that's going to get canceled, right? Yeah. I was 100% on that. That came true, right? I am telling you right now, I mean, Shang-Chi and Eternals, half the people don't give a fuck about that, okay? Nobody knows who the fucking Eternals are. Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody wants to know what happened after Endgame. Everybody wants to know, where's Cap? Is Iron Man alive? Is Black Widow alive? Oh, Loki, because that's connected to that. Oh, WandaVision, because that's connected to that. Oh, Falcon. They don't give a shit about Eternals, because Eternals would never fucking
those Eternals and Shang-Chi should both strictly go to their streaming service. Otherwise, they're going to lose bitch loads of money.
And you know what? If you're going to try to fucking bring attention to the fucking rings and the fucking what's his name? The fucking Mandarin, right? That's a little fucking late now, okay? Because Iron Man's dead. Like, you're fucking stupid, okay? So now I'm glad that China's not giving them the fucking time of day with fucking Shang-Chi and fucking Eternals, and that shit's gonna fucking bomb now because they think they're gonna get billions of dollars. They're not now. I'll
say this. I have no interest in Eternals whatsoever. Like that. Like
no
I don't care. I am interested in seeing what they do with Shang-Chi because the things that they said that are connected to the plot. I'm interested in seeing that more so for the overall effect on the MCU. However, this is what I'm gonna say. These two movies are not gonna fail.
They're not. Well, they're not gonna fail, but they're not gonna do fucking exceptionally well.
They may not do $1.5 billion. But they're not going to fail.
I would rather see DC's New Gods, which was canceled, than Eternals.
Let me explain it this way. It's not gonna fail, but it's gonna barely be a success. Barely.
It depends on how China goes with this.
China doesn't want them.
Well, they may not want them, but they have not banned them yet.
Well, we'll see.
So just if they
may edit the Eternals something bad or expect
because
something in Eternals.
I'll tell you this, right? Let me say this.
Black Widow I think will do great, but
if China doesn't ban these movies, you know that everybody in that country is going to go see these movies.
I'm sure.
Because they're going to look at the Chinese government and go fuck yourselves. I want to see them.
Exactly.
And if they do that, there's your billion right there.
Oh, yeah. Shang-Chi fucking $1.1 billion. Yeah.
That will be – and, hey, if they're good, great. I don't have a problem with that. But Eternals.
I mean, Shang-Chi might be good, but Eternals
look terrible.
Shang-Chi, I'm sorry. I can see Eternals. I can see Eternals going to cinemas. I know I said I can see that making some amount of money. To me, Shang-Chi is like the Netflix of the Marvel Universe.
But do you realize after Endgame?
I'm sorry, they should put Shang-Chi
exactly
on one of their streaming services. Eternals, I'm torn about them being branched off to both, but yeah, Shang-Chi.
You're not getting a sequel to Eternals, that's for sure.
No, you're not.
Nobody fucking cares.
The only way
wait, hold on.
A sequel to the Eternals is if you take the characters from the Eternals and stick
them
in another.
You'll make a sequel to Eternals called
That's
Deviants,
the only
because that's what Thanos' race is. Again,
they're already doing the sequel to Eternals.
Are they really?
Yes. Yep.
Idiots. So fucking stupid. I want to see what happened to Iron Man. I want to see what happened to Steve Rogers. I want to know what the fuck. I want shit that's actually connected to fucking Endgame, like fucking WandaVision and everything else.
I'm gonna say two things. One is a point I was gonna make before, is that going back to the comments that Kevin Feige made about WandaVision. Yes, I'm still upset about that comment.
I'm pissed about that, but I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, well, let me finish my point. Like, I want you to imagine this. Okay, this is the mentality that they went into with Doctor Strange, right?
Uh-huh.
I want you to imagine now that we're 10 years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's 2031.
Right.
Okay, the MCU is still going. Hopefully, Civilization is still standing. Although, I want you to imagine now that the X-Men were introduced 3 years prior to the date that I just said. So June 18th, 2031, right? I want you to imagine now that Rogue gets a show on Disney Plus, okay? And the show's going to be about Rogue and her coming to terms with her powers and not being able to have any physical contact with anybody.
Correct.
So somebody in the boardroom with Kevin Feige goes, hey, you know what we should do? We should have Wolverine show up in this show because he's kind of like a mentor to her, like in the old movies and stuff. We should do that, And Kevin Feige goes, no, we don't want the white guy showing up and showing Rogue how to use her powers.
Oh, fuck that. Here we go.
So
we
now
need Mystique.
Now hold on. Now I want you to imagine that it's a couple of years earlier. It's 2025, let's say, okay? Hey, Fantastic Four. But we can't make them what they were in the comics.
Why not?
Because they're white.
Don't even fucking do that.
So they're white males.
So
you've got three white males and one woman who's white.
Reed Richards is now no longer in love with Sue Storm. He's in love with Johnny Storm.
What?
Johnny Storm is a non-binary Human Torch.
What?
The thing. Oh no, the thing. We can't have the thing like that. That's toxic masculinity. So we have to make the thing mentally ill.
Yep. What?
And disabled somehow.
Yep.
Sue Storm is adopted, and she's from the Philippines.
Oh my God! Don't even.
All right,
and
this is the Fantastic Four.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna one up you here, Chris. And
do it.
Even though they're going to be pushing the males and females for equal, Sue Storm or Sue Richards is going to be the most intelligent one in the show, and all the males are going to be asking her questions, and she's going to have the answers to, and she's going to be
and Dr. Doom is a female.
Part of the Illuminati and not Reed.
You're right. You're right, Scott. Yeah, no, Dr. Doom's going to be what's his face, the guy who played in Breaking Bad and The Mandalorian.
What?
The villain. Grand Moff Gideon, whatever his name is.
What?
It's heavily rumored that he's been cast as Dr. Doom.
Diversity.
Also, here's another one. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
You really ready for this one?
I'm not really, but
please.
Two things. There ain't no way Dr. Doom and Reed Richards have a prior relationship. It's not happening. And I swear to God, it would not surprise me if Dr. Doom was or what was it? Is a symbol, I'll say, because I can't think of the word. Is a symbol for either A, the Republican Party,
what,
or B, Donald Trump himself.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Because what they'll do is they'll say either at the time or in the past, Latveria was crumbling. He came up and said, "I can fix everything," and has a Donald Trump / Republican Party-esque idea of how to run the country, and people get behind it, and he is now the quote-unquote villain because that's what they always do.
But wait a minute. All these years, the MCU has been a success, right? Why now are you starting to ruin it? Like, I don't understand.
Because they want to, basically, they've got to placate to who gives them the biggest money and placate to whoever is in power. So if
I'm going to tell you right now, if they fuck up the Fantastic Four, the MCU is done.
Bro,
like
listen to me. The fact that the Fantastic Four are known as Marvel's first family is enough for these people to be like, no, fuck that. We have to change it.
But that's ridiculous.
That's
how ridiculous that is. They even Marvel did disrespect Marvel's first family when they kept the Fantastic Four out of the Marvel universe in the comics because Fox had the rights to it that they didn't even. There's such a bunch of assholes that they disrespected the first family books, trying to make it like Secret Wars in another universe, some shit.
Look, listen. I don't want to speak for you, Scott, but I think you'll agree with what I'm going to say. We have no problem with diversity in casting.
Oh my God. No shit. But
there's a way that you can do this that you don't disrespect the source material.
Correct.
Exactly.
If you make new compelling characters whose sole purpose is not to represent some sort of people, and by that I mean, let's say they're Hispanic, their whole point for being a character is not that they are Hispanic, okay? You want to know why characters like the Jon Stewart Green Lantern and War Machine and Miles Morales and Terry McGinnis and all these other characters, Static, all these other characters, by the way, Static is my second favorite superhero of all time, because I know somebody's going to go there. But you want to know why these characters work? Because they make them relatable and they don't single them out into one fucking thing. I saw what you people at DC did. By you people, I mean the writers. Don't anybody get cute in the comments section. I saw what these people did to Static's new origin, and I just look at that and go, you're out of your fucking minds. But, you know, you can make these characters actually human, even if they're not human.
Bingo.
But you can make them human, and people will like them. But if you make their whole existence to explain and represent one singular thing, nobody likes them. Not even the people you're trying to represent. That shit that they did with the New Warriors made an entire generation of homosexual comic fans uncomfortable because they're like, this is not how we act. What the fuck is going on?
Correct.
Well, look what they did.
They never made it anyway because they never put that shit out.
I have friends who are homosexual, who they saw these in this comic store. I was with them one day and they were like, what the fuck is this?
Well,
look at every time they're trying to do something that's gay, whatever. They did a Lego, they made all those weird, like, you know, the colors, and people are like, what the fuck is this?
I pointed this out. I pointed this out about Supergirl, about last season or the season before. Look what they did to Kara's sister, all right? And I even pointed out, this is how I stated. They are stereotyping lesbians. They are.
But she became that in real life. She was married.
For somebody who's supposed to be for diversity, they were stereotyping her. If you look at it, they turned her into the dykish looking guy. They kept her girlfriend looking cute. And
well, she became that for real though. She's married. And she became that for real in real life.
This is the point, though.
Fucking incels even know any lesbians?
Rich.
Who is this asshole?
Richard.
Who the fuck is that?
Take a look at this.
Hey.
Who the fuck?
Hey. You fucking douchebags.
What?
Fucking idiot pieces of shit.
Who's pieces of shit?
Why don't you learn how to talk like a
assholes.
real human being, and then we can have a
What
conversation?
the fuck are you talking about? Don't come in halfway in the movie. You know what the fuck's going on.
Thanks for the view, pal.
Yeah, that's the.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
See?
Rich. That's
And
the person I live
is,
with.
This is what I mean. These are the people that are in charge. You can't have a conversation because they have no point.
I'm sorry, Scott.
But no.
I apologize.
Don't apologize.
That was not.
He's
No,
an
I
asshole.
went. That's. I'm sorry, dude. That's not.
No, don't apologize.
I gotta complain. Yeah, no, I can't.
Leave that
I can't be
I
like
want
that.
everybody to see how this asshole works.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, don't. Like I said, don't worry.
I don't want to be
apologize
disrespectful. I'm
whatsoever.
sorry.
No, I'm not coming in to apologize. I'm coming in to call you an asshole.
I didn't say that, Richard.
Oh, gosh, I must have missed some of the intelligent stuff coming out of your fucking mouth.
Oh, boy,
Rich, why don't you come on the fucking
Oh,
cast?
boy, Rich.
You know what? Why don't you come on the cast?
Dad withheld money from
He did.
you, and because it stated it inside, because you claimed it stated inside the divorce decree, which it did not.
Yeah, it did. He was supposed to pay for us to go to college, and he didn't.
Then,
Yeah, man,
then
he
what?
was.
Then what? Mom? What did Sue tell you?
You know,
What did Sue
hey,
tell you?
you want to fucking start talking about what we talked to Sue about in front of these assholes?
Go ahead.
First of all,
Because I don't want to make you
Rich,
feel bad. I don't want to
Rich,
fucking humiliate you for what passes for your fucking friends.
Rich,
Go ahead.
first of all,
I'm not that wrong.
nobody's calling you an asshole, and you're the ones calling us assholes.
Yeah, you see, he runs because he knows he gets blown out of the water.
Who runs? What, you want to fucking ask me something, douchebag? Ask me something.
Go
You
ahead.
keep calling me a douchebag scumbag.
It's very
That's
rare
great.
that you
What's
get
your
douchebag.
fucking problem?
It's
What's
very
your
rare,
fucking
viewers,
problem?
that you get a live,
What's my
a
fucking
live
problem? I gotta
example of what's
listen to you guys
actually
talk
happening
What's your
out there.
fucking problem with me, asshole? I represent. First of all, I represent all. I believe everybody's created equally, and I represent any. As long as you're fucking happy, you can be whatever you want to be.
Sound that way, d-bag.
D-bag, you're a fucking immature, fucking intellectually deficient piece of shit. That's what you
yeah,
are.
I'm an intellectual. Yeah, sure, Pally.
Yeah, Pally. You don't even know what the fuck. You know what it is? You ever go in the fucking middle of a movie, you don't watch the whole movie, and you don't know the plot or nothing. You just walk right in. You don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
You assholes go on. I can
Listening to what we were fucking having to say. You weren't listening to what we had to fucking say.
Intelligent what's coming out of his fucking mouth.
Right. Okay. It's nice that you're disrespecting your brother on the fucking cast too.
Oh
okay?
my God! Do you not know what this asshole does to me on a regular basis?
Oh please! You've been living together for how fucking long? Come on. He's a good guy. Cut the shit.
Hey,
you know he is.
Listen, I wish. Listen, when he was younger, he was a good guy. But maybe you guys. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't as nice to him as I should have been when I was a kid, and that's one of the reasons I don't. Get
don't
more
buy
pissed
this
off.
bullshit.
Listen. I'm not. I don't want to. Listen. I respect your brother very much. Okay, and I gotta say, whether you like it or not, he's one of my closest friends, and he's honest to God, always looking to give you the shirt off your back. Okay, I don't know what your relationship is with him. Okay. But I'm going to tell you, listen, I'm sorry for that, but I'm going to tell you right now, I apologize to him because, again, this is my show, and I don't want to disrespect, but I was wrong to curse you out, even though you're cursing me out. But
dude,
I
don't like you. I feel free to curse me out.
It's fine. You don't have to like me.
It's all right.
You don't have to like. You don't even know me to not like me. First of all,
well, believe me, if you're saying the same kind of shit he's saying, I don't like you.
You don't know the context of what we're talking about. There's a whole different.
You know what? You got me there. I don't know the exact context, but
allow me to enlighten you.
You don't know the context.
Allow me to enlighten you into the concept. First of all, you don't know me. I believe in equality. Okay.
I don't get that impression.
I've said this on Twitter. I've said this in my books. I've said this everywhere.
Oh my God, he can write. He writes books.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I write 13 books, by the way, and I'm in Barnes and Noble. So yeah.
Oh my God!
What do you know?
Published, or do you have a real publisher?
What the fuck you know? Oh, I'm in Barnes and Noble. Do you know how hard it is for a self-published book to actually make it into a live?
Is there anything else you want to say about
Barnes and Noble? Do you know what their mandate is about self-published books? You know how hard it is to get a self-published book in Barnes and Noble? It actually took me.
Is there anything else you want to say? Any other point you want to try to make?
You assume
you're not making any points, so
you assume that we're fucking against fucking gays and lesbians.
I assume that because I got to admit, I only hear his side of the conversation. But what he's saying is so fucking ridiculous.
We're talking about
what you're saying is much better.
We're talking about the original history in the comic books of how the way things were and how they're dramatically changing the characters to be unrecognizable. Like if you watch Supergirl season 1, okay, the character that is Supergirl's sister was straight. She was gonna date Maxwell Lord, all this stuff. There was no inclination whatsoever. Chris, am I still here?
I think you are, yeah. But
okay.
There you go.
Season 1 of Supergirl, Supergirl's sister was completely straight, right? Completely straight, no inclination that she was gay or whatever, right?
I didn't watch the show.
Well, I'm just saying. Listen to me. What the biggest argument we have, okay, is because even look, John Barrowman even liked my stuff too. I love John Barrowman, and no matter what he is, right? But the thing is that you got to be true to the person. You got to be true to the character, right? Even gays know that if there's a straight character, right?
So how long was she supposedly straight on this show? Was there anything that
you don't have to yell? He's right here.
She was straight. She was straight on the show, right? And then what happened was they changed showrunners and writers where they got a gay, the LGBT community where they became the writers of the show, and they changed her and made her to be that she was gay, and she was never that way in the comics. She was never that way anywhere. And my point is that even John Barrowman, anybody that's gay would tell you, is like you can't just make anyone gay, right? Just to have a thing where you have
just a silly show. What the
lower your voice right here.
I'm trying to give this guy a chance, man, but he's not making his.
My point is that we would love to have gay and lesbian heroes. Absolutely, we need originality where they're their own character, but you can't just make a character like Captain America gay or someone. Even Stan Lee said Peter Parker will never be gay. He is straight, and if you want to make a gay Spider-Man, that's fantastic. But you can't change the character. Just make them. It's disrespectful.
So after one season of this, you think this woman's got so much, backstory that she can't be gay? I don't get why. I mean,
it's not. We're not just saying Supergirl. We're talking about, say, the Fantastic Four. Like I'm sure you know the Fantastic Four inside.
Yeah, I know the Fantastic Four.
Okay, so like we were saying, all of a sudden, if they make Sue, what do you say, Scott? Philippines, for diversity, and then you have a romance with Johnny Storm and Reed Richards. That would not make any sense, even though I know they want to listen. You could cater to every damn nationality, gender, sexual orientation.
Is this happening?
No, he was hypothesizing at the time.
They already happened.
All this is about super.
No, it's not just superheroes. It's not just superheroes. It's movies. It's television. They tried to say that they were going to make Kirk gay. They were going to make a new show where they were going to.
It's not going to happen, man.
It is happening. It is happening. Even William Shatner went on Twitter and said that he fucking knows, even from Gene Roddenberry, that Kirk is straight. They are trying to do this. This is why we're making fun of this. We're not making fun of gay and lesbians. We're not making fun of anybody from a different race. We're making fun of what they're doing in these shows because it's so fucking ridiculous.
They want more inclusion, man. It's just about more inclusion. If this woman would have had some long backstory where she was straight, one season of the show.
She did have. The thing is, they did flashbacks when they were kids. They made it that she was fucking straighter than the fucking straight. And then when they
changed, of lesbians. You know any lesbians?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All of these lesbians you knew, they were certain they were gay when they were kids.
No, but you know what they did say to me? This character is offensive.
What character is offensive?
The character on the show.
The gay sister?
Yes.
Why?
The gays say that she's
because they did not feel that it represented them properly.
Yes, they have whole human resources for the LGBT community, for everything.
Oh, this is ridiculous. You guys are bellyaking about something that's nothing.
We're doing a thing called the podcast where we're having a discussion like Bill Maher would have.
Yeah, I know, man. But I listen to him say stupid shit, and I assume the people he's saying stupid shit to are also saying stupid shit back to him. And so far, you're not changing my mind here.
Get this.
I'm not trying to change your mind, though. That's the point.
I'm conservative, and that's pretty much the way it is.
Listen, Rich. Rich, my job is not to change your mind. My job is to entertain.
I don't think there's any danger of that, Chief. I mean, if this is the level of discourse.
Listen, the reason why we're having a podcast.
I came in. I was already insulted when I came in.
Listen, we're just trying to have. We're trying to have fun. We're doing our show.
Oh yeah, have fun. You kids have fun.
Thank you, Rich.
All right, go back to doing nothing.
That is what I get to listen to. He's the one who gripes about how he wants God to kill him, or God should give him the means to kill him when the smallest thing happens.
Right. All right. We're gonna end this.
No, don't. You don't have to end it on his account.
All right.
Let's keep going. No, let's keep going.
Okay. All right. All right. So anyway, let's talk about Loki.
Not bad.
You guys see Loki?
I'd say it wasn't bad.
Did you see Loki?
I did. Yeah, I liked it so far. Because I liked WandaVision at the beginning too. But, you know, we all know how that turned out.
Dude, I love the WandaVision. You didn't like that? Damn.
No.
I love that to death, bro. I love it to death. Shit. That sucks. You see they had the commercials for that too? They had Loki, they had Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they had WandaVision for like the car commercials. That was pretty fun.
I saw the WandaVision. What was it, like for Hyundai or something?
Yeah, all for Hyundai, yeah. They said Loki,
Honda,
he before he went to that place, he stole a car.
I like Loki so far. I mean, the one thing that I see a lot of people are like going crazy about is like, oh, the Infinity Stones didn't work, and I'm like, yeah, because they're
in separate
dimensions.
Yes, they can't.
Right, in another universe, they don't work in other universes.
Yeah, they're not primed to that universe.
I gotta say, Owen Wilson is doing a fantastic job.
Oh yes.
I mean,
to me, he's one of the highlights. He's like the
he's a good actor. I like him. He's a good actor.
Yeah. But I'm also calling it here. I don't. I think that story about the timekeepers and the multidimensional stuff.
That's all bullshit.
I think it's BS. Yeah, I don't think that's true at all. Yeah.
I don't know even about them resetting. I mean, it's just it's so confusing. They're trying to make it so one sacred timeline. You're just eliminating all the other timelines.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. Like,
pulling the strings. I agree.
Yeah. I started to get suspicious about that when he was like, "Well, why don't you go after the Avengers? Look what they did with time." And they were like, "No." Nothing wrong. They're like, "The Avengers did what they were supposed to do," and I was like,
yeah,
really? Fuck up like that? Okay.
So,
right.
Because think about it. If you're a timekeeper, unless you have some sort of like advanced knowledge of like this has to happen, why would you write into a story and then they break the rules of time?
Right.
Wouldn't you want multiverses?
That makes no sense. Like, how the fuck?
Want multiverses to ensure the safety?
Like, how do you make it that Loki's did something wrong and the Avengers didn't? To stop. And then he created a whole new time. Well, supposedly the writer said that Captain America Steve Rogers created a branch timeline to live with Peggy Carter, and they just created a fucking universe.
There was a couple of branch timelines made, yeah.
Right, but and then he came back.
But the point of that too, though, is, and this goes to Scott's point more so than anything I was going to make. We lost Scott there, but Scott, if you're listening, I'm backing up your point here. I was thinking about this yesterday, and maybe I'm thinking about this wrong, and if I am, please in the comments let me know. But I was thinking, okay, wait, but we know that the Watchers are part of the universe,
right?
Right? Oh, Scott can't hear us, I don't think. But
he keeps dropping it. His internet problem.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, we know that the Watchers are canon in the MCU, like they're part of this universe, right?
Yeah, we've seen that.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Watchers watch the variants of each universe, and they record that history.
Right. If
there was one timeline, why would you need the Watchers? And if you only needed one, why do we know that there's multiple?
Right. They never really. They were sort of like the Time Lords, not getting involved.
Right.
Unless there was some crazy fucking thing, like major thing to destroy the fucking universe or something. They'd be like, "Hey, Reed Richards, you need to take care of this," like Thanos, right? They're like, "Hey." Right. And then he'd be like, "Oh, okay, thanks, Watcher, you two, whatever the Watcher." Yeah. So they would flat out not be watchers and get involved because the shit would destroy the fucking universe.
Right.
So,
and we also know, if I'm not mistaken, I apologize if I cut you off, but we also know that Marvel What If show, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some canon elements in that, not in the individual stories, but like overall, it's going to be like other versions of what could have happened with the MCU.
Yeah.
How do you have that? Yeah. How do you have that be canon to the MCU if there's no other timelines?
Well, it's sort of like the Time Variance Authority is sort of like you picking a scab, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get a scar. You're never going to erase the scar, no matter how hard you try. You're going to make it worse. So all this stuff about resetting the timeline, the rules of the universe, they're just going to find a way to fucking break the fucking timeline because they're meant to be other universes. Like that's.
Did you notice to your point there where you said breaking the timeline? Did you notice that when they set that time, I'm going to call it like a time grenade. I don't know if it actually has a name.
Right.
When they set that time grenade in the second episode and we saw it start dissolving things, did you notice that it wasn't dissolving the ground? It was just dissolving kind of like the man-made things that were there.
Right.
I wonder if that means something. Like I might be looking too deeply into that, but I was like, it's not dissolving the timeline. It's dissolving like the man-made stuff.
It wasn't erasing certain things, was it? Like it wouldn't like prevent someone from being born, right? Like when they had
the way I understood it, the way I was understanding it, and maybe I'm just completely wrong about this, but the way I understood that was like that. Literally, that whole timeline was just destroyed,
just wiped out
and reset.
Any change that they've done.
Because anytime you see like they have the sacred timeline on that monitor, anytime that a variant or a branching timeline was reaching that red line at the top. When they set that bomb and left and they checked the monitors, it went back gone. Or it was going away.
But here's the thing. But is it really gone? Because they're witnesses to the fact that universe existed. They're not erased.
See, I don't know. See, that's the...
So technically the Time Variance Authority is all variants. Even Mobius, because they know of these timelines that existed. So they're not... Okay. Scott's going to try to get back in. So, I mean, technically the whole Time Variance Authority could just be variants, right?
Yeah.
Because they know of a timeline that... So, in other words, when they tried to reset that, how is that reset if the female Loki kidnapped the woman that they reset or thought that they reset?
She stopped it from resetting.
So it wasn't... No, because they tried to reset that the flea market, the park, the festival, right? But it couldn't be reset because she took a hostage. So that wouldn't really work because... She's an anomaly of time, right? Like,
well, not necessarily because so she came from the Time Variance Authority, so they're like visitors in that timeline. When they erase that timeline and they go back, they're not still part of it. They're part of their own timeline. They're just visiting this variant.
So when they said they want to reset Loki, right? Yeah. That means they want to put him back to the point in time before that happened. But how could they here's the thing, right?
I don't think that means I don't think that's what.
Here's the thing. They cannot. Here's the thing. They cannot. This is a paradox. You want to know why? They can't reset that timeline with Loki.
No, they're not going to.
No, but they can't because they said that
I know, but
they would. I'll tell you why. Because that would mean that Thanos wins. Like he doesn't.
No. When they say reset, that's their word for destroy.
Right, but they can't destroy. That timeline needs to exist in order for Endgame to be.
They're not going to destroy that timeline. They were just going to destroy Loki because he's a variant. They want to get rid of him because he's.
So in other words, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? They want one timeline, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But you can't have one timeline if the second timeline needed to be existing to save the first timeline. So in other words,
but here's the thing, though, right? That timeline. Like, if the Time Variance Authority, if what they're telling us is true, which is in question right now, but as of right now, we have to assume that what they're telling us is true because we don't have any evidence to the.
We do have evidence because the thing is, there are two timelines now.
No. Listen, what I'm trying to say is, unless the Time Variance Authority is either lying or they don't know, which we cannot say for sure yet. We can speculate on it, but we can't say for sure yet until the show is over. That timeline where the Avengers went and Loki escaped, it's gone.
It can't be gone.
They erased it.
It can't be erased. It can't be erased because then the Avengers would have never went there.
But listen, they erased it after the Avengers did what they did.
After they left.
Yes. So you know that timeline where Cap got knocked out by other Cap and Loki escaped and Tony Stark had the heart attack, which wasn't really a heart attack? It's gone.
It's gone.
They erased it. Remember when they were in Mongolia in the first episode?
Yeah.
They erased that. It's gone. So what I'm saying is, as of right now, we have to assume that timeline is gone. And then right now, well, I mean, apart from what happened at the end of the second episode with female Loki bombing the timeline, they're trying to make sure that there's that one timeline that we know as the MCU.
Right.
They keep allegedly erasing timelines to keep the sacred timeline, the MCU, going. What I'm trying to say is, and I know that you agree, we don't know if that's true.
Right. I agree with you, but here's the thing now. She did the smart thing. She planted those things to reset the timeline to the time before they reset the timeline.
No, that's not what she did.
Because it appeared all throughout time, those things to reset.
Yeah, but that's not what she did.
It kind of undid everything that they did to reset it. That's why all those timelines that appeared are all the ones that they wiped out that were restored.
We don't. No. That's not what was going on. What
she sent those things throughout time, all those devices.
She did, yes. But what she did though was not restoring the other timelines. She was making new ones because she was breaking the sacred timeline.
So she's erasing the main timeline.
I that might be what she's trying to do, or she's trying to fragment it so that there's a multiverse again. I don't know. I mean,
technically, I just think that, like I said, they're full of shit. There is a multiverse. You can't. It's the amount of universes. Like, they would never have the manpower to ever erase all those. For every goddamn choice, there's a fucking new universe strand.
I mean, it all depends on what they're planning on doing with this show. Because I have to tell you, at the end of the first episode, I was not a fan of the whole everything's predetermined thing. I was like that.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
But then it was more so. When I watched the first episode again, I was like, yeah, but why would the timekeepers tell these people that that's what happened? Like, what is the point? You know, like, and another thing too, like the timekeeper, not the timekeepers, but the time variance agents, like Mobius and the cop that arrested him and the judge that was basically in charge. I was trying to gauge whether or not they're human or something more, because one, she was able to fight Loki pretty well. And even though his magic was stripped from him, he's still an Asgardian. So, like, you would think that he would have his physical abilities, you know, and we know Asgardians are usually physically stronger than humans.
Yes.
But she was kicking his ass for a good portion there. But then at the end of the episode, a whole bunch of them get killed by oil and fire.
Yeah, that doesn't...
But you didn't have technology that you could just get out of there?
All that armor they had on, you light a match and you're done.
And I just didn't. And another thing, too, is that I don't know if there's something going on with Loki. I know he's not as strong as Thor, but he was getting his ass kicked by humans when female Loki was taking over their minds. So did the humans get her abilities?
I mean, is it because his universe is wiped out and he's just, like...
He still had his magic. Like, he had his magic in the episode. He was able to dry off his clothes. So he was getting his ass kicked by a fat guy. Like, no offense to that guy, but like,
I know.
You would think that somebody that size would get their ass handed them by an Asgardian, you know. And this is Loki. We know Loki is formidable.
Right.
So what the hell? I mean, unless he was holding back because he was interested in finding that variant, but I didn't get that impression. But maybe I overlooked that. But I don't.
Here's the thing. I know in the comic book, in the comics, Kang the Conqueror kicked their fucking ass and just wiped them out.
Oh yeah,
like the fucking timekeepers. TVA. They all sucked.
Yeah,
like
that's
he's
Kang,
the shit.
Though, you know?
He's Kang the Conqueror. So in other words, the timekeepers couldn't do shit, really. So once he comes into the picture, they're fucking done. basically done. And that's going to be the end of the Time Variance Authority. They're not going to shit.
You know what I really hope doesn't happen too, and I know like the MCU is like notorious for doing this, but I have a feeling that by the end of Loki, we're gonna see the Timekeepers. Like we're gonna interact with the Timekeepers,
and then you're gonna see fucking Kang the Conqueror like fucking wrecking them,
which would be fine. But I really hope, and I'm praying that they don't do this, but I really hope that the Timekeepers are not played up for laughs. Like they get in there and they're just like a bunch of nerds writing.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that girl that took the weapon, I'm pretty sure she's a fucking Timekeeper and it's all bullshit.
Yo, I was thinking that too. I was like, wouldn't it be a kick in the ass if her and Mobius were Timekeepers? Yeah.
Well, no, Mobius not a Timekeeper at all. She's a fucking.
No, I'm saying that if that was like the twist or something, like I've been a Timekeeper the whole time. Like, no.
Maybe he is, and he don't even fucking remember it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, because he doesn't know like where he came from. He was like,
right. You're right there, Scott?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I got to go by my phone because my mic went off on my computer for whatever reason. So, like, what the hell? I couldn't hear you, and then...
I am enjoying the Loki thing.
Yeah.
And I know that it's getting like season 2 and season 3, and they're going crazy with that. Just like Falcon's getting, it's going to be a movie, I guess. And then they're going to have another season, I guess, something like that, or whatever.
It's probably going to be Captain America and the Winter Soldier, I would imagine.
Yeah. I think they're getting a movie first, right? Oh, no, they're getting a second season first.
I don't know. I know that they're doing that movie, which I'm actually excited to see what they do with it. I mean, it could be...
But the funny thing was that when they announced that Chris Evans was coming back, the guy that's the fucking showrunner of fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier, he's like, could you give me a fucking minute before you fucking bring Chris Evans back? Like,
yeah, that's what I thought was funny.
He just got the fucking shield. Like, come on. That's pretty fucking hysterical, though. So, you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Oh,
yeah, I can hear you.
I wondered if my internet was crapping out. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have some interesting things to talk about tonight. Loki, Godzilla, your brother. Yeah, we came back to a wonderful podcast now.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn this down, but it's not going.
We have a lot of stuff going on in the comics too.
Yeah,
like I said, Captain Marvel learning magic from her boyfriend Doctor Strange. That's pretty interesting. And Doctor Strange dying in a couple of months.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
And Spider-Man possibly, Peter Parker possibly marrying Mary Jane in Central Park.
Sweet.
By September, which that whole Mephisto thing is going to come to a close.
I was going to say, I'm sure Mephisto will love that. Wait, what's that?
I mean, he already appeared with Doctor Strange.
Wait, no, I'm getting a message here. The writers don't know who Mephisto is? Oh, well, okay, cool.
I was talking to David Blythe about this. Everybody and their mother are doing stories with Mephisto in the comics.
Except WandaVision.
Right. and nobody is communicating with each other. So you'll have Mephisto alter the whole timeline and create a new timeline. You'll have Mephisto saying that he's the father of Tony Stark. You have Mephisto creating the Heroes Reborn universe or something like that. You have Mephisto dead in another comic. And then you have Mephisto that got dethroned from Hell by Ghost Rider and is not in charge of Hell. Then you have Mephisto running a casino that Doctor Strange just visits, and he's like, what are you doing to Peter Parker? So, like, Mephisto has an Infinity Stone in one comic. Then they're saying that all the Infinity Stones are people, but they're not saying how he has an Infinity Stone. And he also has a shard of Doctor Strange's soul. So they're just doing so many ridiculous things with Mephisto, and no one is communicating about what they're doing with Mephisto. So you don't even know what the fucking know what's happening. It's like so confusing. But you got to just stick with what's happening in the Spider-Man comics, because right now Harry Osborn has powers to bring people back to life and death, and he's kindred. And
boy, I'm glad you brought
he's from an aborted timeline, I guess, thanks to Mephisto. So
I'm glad you brought up Spider-Man because I as much as I hate to say this, can we talk about how that Venom trailer became like the most forgotten trailer in like a day?
Yes.
I mean, holy crap.
That was a shit ass trailer.
Oh man.
Nobody gives. Look, I know you're trying to be funny about fucking Venom talking to people and shit and cooking food, but let me tell you something. The special effects look like shit. It looks like a fucking Punisher New Line fucking movie. Like, it doesn't even look Mr. Right. P, happy hunting, Mr. P. No, I mean, it doesn't look like they spent $5 on this thing. It's and this is supposed to be part of the MCU now. Like, this is in. I'm sure Kevin Feige must be cringing because like this shit, like this crap, is the crap of the MCU now. Like this is it. This is in the MCU, which Amy Pascal, she won that. Or a little fast back and forth. She won everything. She got whatever she wanted. And Kevin Feige was just okay, I guess. Because at the end of the day, who had the rights to Spider-Man? That's right. So you know what? Amy Pascal got fucking her way. So I know. Yeah. You got shitty fucking Morbius and shitty fucking. I mean, maybe Morbius is going to be good, but it's not on the caliber of fucking MCU. It's
if
like
it ever
fucking,
comes out.
It's like Punisher, New Line, low budget shit.
Oh, we can't forget about Aaron Taylor Johnson, aka Kraven the Hunter.
What the? I gotta tell you something. I heard that, dude. I was so upset about it. I didn't even fucking talk about it, bro. People are like, "Are you gonna talk about it today?" Nope. Are you gonna talk about it tomorrow? Nope. It's a week or no. I'm like, are you out of your fucking minds? Just because he has this nice accent as Quicksilver, you think he's gonna have a nice accent as Kraven? He doesn't even like. What the fuck are you doing?
I just can't wait for everybody to be like, look, Spider-Man's fighting Quicksilver. Like,
exactly with a fur coat on, because his body buried it and he was still alive. Like, wow. I mean,
that's why Agatha couldn't get him to be in WandaVision, because she's like, oh, he's Kraven now. I guess.
But that's another thing. Isn't that her boyfriend?
Yes.
In WandaVision, like that was her boyfriend, right? Like she. No, I mean, like, isn't that her real life? No. In the show, like, they were. Yes, she's a witch, but that's her boyfriend, though. In the show,
I don't know.
I thought so because that's her house.
I'm saying that that Quicksilver may have been, but the Aaron Taylor Johnson one wasn't.
I mean, that's pointless to have him, and then you gotta have Wanda in that too. No.
I don't know. No.
She's not in Spider-Man. She should be. If she's the cause.
I don't know if she's going to be in Spider-Man, but I'm talking about the Kraven the Hunter movie. Like, that's going to be.
No, but isn't Kraven in fucking the movie No Road Home or whatever fucking.
It's rumored, but it's not confirmed. And they said if he is in it, it's just a cameo.
So Wanda's not the cause of fucking thing getting fucked up. It's Peter Parker, right? Because he fucks around in Sanctum Sanctorum with Doctor Strange, like he did in the comic book where he fucking got Mephisto to talk to him in the Sanctum Sanctorum.
I heard it could be one of both ways. It just really depends on which is a rumor and which is the truth. You know, I mean.
But he fucks it up, Peter Parker.
I have a feeling that it's probably Peter because, like, it would make like narrative sense that he fucks it up, so he has to fix it. You know,
like Mephisto will be talking to him. Not that it'll be Mephisto. Be like, "Oh, look, you killed fucking Doc Ock," and he's like, "Oh, I wish I could save him." He'd be like, "Okay, here you go."
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
there's Doc Ock. Then look what you did in this reality. Oh shit, I can't have that. It's all because of you, buddy. No, Green Goblin's got to live. Okay.
Yeah,
Doc Ock's got to live. Like okay. Shit. And then that Spider-Man said, "What are you fucking doing? This is my universe." Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to No Way Home. I
because you want to know why? They're actually they're not variants. We're using the variants word. They're not variants of Doc. It's actually fucking Doc Ock from fucking Tobey Maguire's universe. Not
That's
a different
what they're saying.
The real fucking deal, bro. That's what I was hoping for.
That's what they're saying. Whether that actually is the truth remains to be
seen. And you know how many times we did podcasts on that? And I said, "Oh, he went in another universe," like right after. Remember I said that?
Well, yeah.
I said it all the fucking time. I said that. And you know what? It's great they're actually doing that though. When he emerges, that's him. Like,
well, again, let's wait for the movie to come.
Let's wait to be confirmed. I know.
You know, I know Alfred Molina said that, and I believe him. But sometimes what the actors are told is not necessarily what actually
What about
happens.
that? Was it Tyrese Gibson? He was like saying that Morbius is in the MCU, and right? Didn't he say that? And then they're like, "Oh, no," or something. It said something weird, right?
I think eventually a lot of those Sony properties are going to connect to the main MCU, whether or not they're actually in the MCU.
Well,
I
Morbius
think is up
actually flat out connects to because they said Spider-Man's a murderer, so that's the whole Mysterio.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They got to introduce vampires sometime because fucking Blade's coming in. So I mean,
Blade's coming in. Did you see that they mentioned X-Men and fucking Loki? In the comics now, Krakoa is the island.
Oh yeah.
That they said was destroyed in 2050 or something, right?
Yeah.
So
they're gonna start doing these things. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see like a legitimate mutant show up soon.
But the comics, they're terrible. They ruined them because they're like villains.
Yeah.
The X-Men are villains. They're all evil. Like they're not. You can say they're not evil. They are evil because they're fucking.
Yeah.
They never die, and they went against the Fantastic Four and everybody. And Professor X erased Rich's memory on how to create a device to detect mutants or some shit or whatever it was. So they're fucking evil right now. They're like terrorists.
I'm gonna be honest with you too. I think that when mutants are finally introduced into the MCU,
they're all gonna be evil.
Not necessarily evil. I think everybody has to be prepared for them to have a very different origin than we're used to.
Yeah.
Because I would not be surprised.
Hey. You still can't hear us?
Yeah.
You still can't hear us. Oh.
Like I was going to say, I would not be surprised if they say that the mutants haven't been around this whole time and that they're like something new. It would not surprise me. Okay. But, I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Let me type to Scott, see if we can.
We can see you, Scott, but he can't hear us.
Oh.
I don't know if he's got the chat on.
Oh.
Let me type it into him.
Oh, you typed that into the comments, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
You got to do it in the private chat.
No, I know. I figured he saw it.
What's going on here? But I'm
not. Yeah. He's not looking at that either. All right. So talk to me about this Flashpoint, because I heard that Gal Gadot's pregnant and she told him she can't fulfill her Wonder Woman commitment for Flashpoint. So they got to get a new Wonder Woman to be part of that universe.
Yeah.
So what's up with that? I mean, that's obviously true, right? I mean, I know she's pregnant, so.
I don't know. Yeah, she is pregnant. I don't know if the not being able to do Wonder Woman thing is true, but I think that what they could do if Wonder
Woman in Flashpoint, not Wonder Woman 3.
Yeah, no. If for Flashpoint, I mean, if Wonder Woman is in it, I would imagine it would just be like a cameo. So I would think that what they would do is either they would convince her, hey, just film this quick scene.
Black Widow was, I mean,
right.
Scarlett Johansson was pregnant.
Yeah, it's not impossible to make a pregnant woman not look pregnant to play a role, with CGI and whatnot.
Right.
Or they have an alternate universe Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And they get somebody else. You can get anybody else. It's an alternate universe.
I mean, I just can't wait to see Michael Keaton back. That's fucking bad.
Yeah.
That's
you saw that screenshot they put out today of the Superman symbol for Flashpoint. So everybody's wondering what's happening.
That wasn't Superman. That was Supergirl, wasn't it?
I saw it. It might have been Supergirl. I don't know. I know a lot of people were saying.
Yeah, but did you see the other thing that we can't even really talk about this on here, but you see the other thing they posted, Zack Snyder?
No, what did he say?
Yeah, I can't really say on here. He posted something that Batman did to Catwoman that says canon, and then DC flipped out.
Whoa.
Yeah. You didn't see that?
No.
Oh. Then there was a lot of people commenting about it that real heroes don't do that. And they're like, what are you talking about? Real heroes do that for their women. And it's like,
all right, yeah. Zach, I think we need to have a talk here.
Yeah,
okay,
you know what?
There you go.
Now I can hear you all.
Wait, I'm gonna share this to you on Facebook and from Twitter. Oh shit! You know, but I'm definitely gonna. It was in the post.
Oh no!
God help us.
Oh. See, okay, if I share this on here, my whole channel will get taken down like instantly.
Yeah, so your best bet is just do a link. Your best bet is just to do a link off the side.
I'll be delicate. I'll be delicate. I know we have a lot of sensitive viewers, but I'll be delicate.
We definitely can't. I'm going to tell you right now, with 100% certainty, if I share this, the channel will be done.
Just send it to me. I won't say what it is.
Okay.
Or better yet, post it. Put it in the chat over here, so everybody who wants to click on it, because that way you still won't get in trouble.
Oh God!
I won't get you. I mean, we've already been demonetized, so like,
yeah.
Could I? How do I share this? Fuck.
Just send it to me on Facebook.
I can't. I don't know how to send this. This is on Twitter. Wait, hold on. I don't even want to. Oh wait, I got it. Yeah. Wait, okay. Wait a minute, Chris and Scott. I'm gonna send this to you, right? I want it. Well, I'm not gonna see your reaction, Chris, but I want to see Scott's reaction or hear your reaction, Chris.
Yeah.
What's Scott? Don't look yet.
Okay.
Wait. Just wait. Just wait. Okay. Are you ready? Go ahead. Look.
I can't wait. I'm so happy. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah. Hey, look, I'm just going to say this. He's not saying anything wrong.
Listen, you can't say a real hero don't do that.
Hey, man.
Because that's what a hero does.
Look, it's not just a real hero. If you
don't do that as a real hero, then you're not really that good.
Hey, but if you got a pair of legs, you do this. I'm sorry.
You have to do what you have to do. Like you got to do dishes, you got to do that. That's it.
Hey.
Right, Scott?
Let
me tell you something. let me tell you something. If you do that right, she'll do the dishes for you. It doesn't.
Listen, you are what you eat.
Hey, wait a minute now. We're talking about Batman here. You show some respect.
Listen, no, I am. That like they no kids that are involved. No, honestly, clean it out. Listen.
Damn. What sort of catnip does she use?
You cleaned it out and now you're free. You're comfortable, I guess.
Hey,
whatever.
Look, hey, Zach, I thought you were talking about something else, and I was like, you're a real piece of shit if that's what you're saying. But hey, man, we're on the same page.
Hey,
here.
man, just want to let you know.
It was something going to be.
I need some air. Just so you know, Zack Snyder, you'll never have a job in Warner Brothers and Batman again, ever.
Hey, look this way. Look at it as though the Batman in the comic book is taking after the dude from the Batman movie now.
You want kids to buy underoos, and then you want them to do that. Listen,
yeah, Batman's going after some underoos.
All I'm going to say is, like, we are in a twisted fucking world.
Yep.
And the fact that this guy was so concerned with not having a job at Warner Brothers and now not giving a shit, like, that's amazing.
He doesn't. He's got a deal. He's got that deal with Netflix. He's all set.
But he was concerned with their opinion with that when they canceled that YouTube group out. Like, remember they were doing that stuff? Oh, he was all worried about, but now he's not. Now he don't give a shit. He's like, oh, this is canon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's certainly shooting to the cannons in that picture.
It's as canon as singular point. No.
Shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Oh, shit.
Somebody's singularity.
And you don't even need tokens for that shit. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no.
I'm back.
Thank you. Oh, we were talking about Chris was fucking Spider-Man unboxing.
Yeah, who'd ever think? We
never did Spider-Man unboxing and get it. Fuck. It's crazy. We never did unboxing, period, I don't think.
Well, because what's left to unbox? Batman just unboxed everything.
I mean, he unboxed, he cleaned, he put it back on the shelf. I don't know, whatever.
Hey,
damn. He had the mask still on.
Hey, that's at least that's a good thing.
I try to figure out how to breathe with that thing on. I got to tell you, I know what Batman feels like because wearing that mask all the time. 24/7. God bless you, man. If you're able to fucking leap around and beat the shit out of people with that thing on.
Wait a minute. I guess they are both being safe because she's wearing one too.
That's it. You gotta follow Twitter, guys. You gotta go on Twitter.
Well, when you can't social distance, you got to do something.
But yes, real heroes do that.
Wait a minute. He is social distancing. He's at least 6 feet away from
Yeah.
That the fuck when they broke the Batmobile. They should put that shit in the museum and like this is where they stood. Yeah.
Do you think that's what Matt Reeves saw when he walked on the set?
Oh fuck! And what was the thing that they said? Now the movie sucks.
Yeah. So that
story about him seeing this picture.
Yeah, that story about him and Zoe Kravitz was not true. So someone made up another story saying that the movie was bad, and it's another false story.
Oh, okay. So the Batmobile became the Batwing.
Yeah.
Jesus. So the movie's great, I guess.
I mean, that's yet to be seen.
Listen, you're made for comfort, especially with the Batmobile. So
I'll tell you what, if there's a scene like that in the movie, it'll definitely be successful.
I guess she's not pregnant. Okay. That back on the work though.
Someone was shooting blanks.
Jesus. Yeah, so what else is there to talk about other than that? Oh God.
Wow.
How about that Jurassic Park Dominion day?
Okay, so that actually was pretty cool.
Okay.
That was actually pretty cool. But you know what the funny thing is?
No Fast and Furious crossover, please.
No, this is a minor thing, but I think it's funny that people pointed this out and it's becoming like a thing.
Right.
So for those of you who don't know, there's a sneak peek of Jurassic World Dominion at the beginning of Fast 9.
Oh.
And apparently what the footage shows is I guess this footage, or it's possibly the beginning of the movie, starts out in the Cretaceous period, where you see the actual dinosaurs the way they were millions of years ago, 65 million years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they show is they show the T-Rex and another dinosaur called the Giganotosaurus, right? And they have like the feathers that like scientists believe the dinosaurs had. And allegedly what they show is the T-Rex being killed by this Giganotosaurus. And then you see the mosquito fly onto the T-Rex's corpse. It drinks the blood, and what they're implying is that T-Rex is the donor for the T-Rex in the movies that we love, right?
So that we see in the very first Jurassic.
Right. But here's the funny thing, and I thought that this was hilarious, but I don't blame Jurassic World for doing this because they're trying to do something with the Giganotosaurus here. There were these paleontologists that went on Twitter. They were like, "This is great, but the Giganotosaurus existed like 90 million years before the T-Rex." They're like, so this definitely could not have happened.
So in other words, they weren't around together.
No.
That's funny.
No, but you know what though? People pointed out too. They're like, yeah, but you know what? The Spinosaurus and the T-Rex could have never fought too. So is it really?
Who cares? Let's just see.
If we're going to be historical Nazis, in truth, don't
call us Nazis.
No, I'm just saying. You know, like grammar Nazis. You know, like grammar Nazis and all.
Yeah,
that.
I know it is.
But in truth, if we're going to shoot for historical accuracy, the Raptors were actually the size of chickens and not the size that they had them in the original movie too.
Wow. So, I mean, okay.
They are trying to weave in the narrative here that because these dinosaurs' genetic codes were different, that's why they're different. But I always said though, the velociraptors in Jurassic Park are more reminiscent to a dinosaur called Utah raptors, which were literally like 9 feet tall.
Okay.
So I mean, they went with Velociraptor because that sounds better than Utah Raptor.
Yeah.
But
Right. So Jurassic is next year.
Yep.
What else did I want to say? There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, Indiana Jones started filming also.
Whoa.
Now, are they going to do an Agent Coulson, Captain Marvel type of de-age him?
Probably.
They're all going to de-age him.
Probably.
Yeah, they're not going to leave him the way he is.
I heard a really weird plot leak for that movie.
Okay.
And I'm not like.
It's not going to be like the Fountain. It's not going to be like the Fountain of Youth. It's not going to be like the Fountain of Youth type of thing, is it?
No. It had to do with like the moon.
Oh fuck.
And like going to the moon, and I was like, please don't.
No. Are you
please don't?
Really?
Yeah.
Worse than the refrigerator? Like stopping a nuclear blast?
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
I thought so anyway. I don't think this is real.
Wait, are they gonna fucking? Is he gonna go in a fucking spaceship? Is he gonna go in a spaceship and he's gonna see fucking all those fucking alien fucking ships on the moon that were supposed to be real?
Well, like let me say this: I heard that they're not retconning that. Like they're gonna be like, no, yeah, that actually happened. Like before.
What? That there was aliens?
Yeah. They're gonna be like, yeah, that actually happened. Like that's not.
They're gonna say that.
I'm saying that they're not retconning the fourth movie.
Oh.
Like that. Like that movie is canon. Like whether we like it or not. Like that's like yeah.
Yeah.
He walks in and finds out the moon landing was actually fabricated, and
I think it has something to do with like the moment they land on the moon or something, but I don't
like the silence. The silence.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
And then there's Doctor Who talk.
Remember back? I was gonna say, remember back when Doctor Who was watchable?
Right, and then there's the thing that everybody's been asking me: why ain't I talking about Doctor Who? After the big rumor announcement that Jodie is going to be doing specials in 2022 and going to regenerate. Like I said, she wasn't going to regenerate this year. I knew she wasn't going to regenerate this year.
Mm-hmm.
But the comments, here's the thing. Common sense, right? You cut 3 episodes from the season because Chibnall said because of COVID, right? The way the BBC are and the way Chibnall is and the way they are, do you honestly think they're going to waste money and they're going to throw those scripts out that they already wrote, that they paid them to write?
No.
So now the problem with that being is that were those episodes great enough to be the extra tag of this is a special? Is it special enough? Is it like could these episodes that were cut be a special, or do they just make those episodes like change them and make them as a special?
Sounds to me, this is what I'm going to say. 2-1, if he did do that, they'd change it just such a way to where they could be used as a special.
Yeah,
because if they're not, because they may go in and do the whole reshoot and all that. Oh geez, oh my God, they're filming. Look, they're filming for season 2069. Oh wow, no.
Well, I think people don't understand though.
They would basically recut, re-edit.
Well, no, they didn't film it yet. Wait,
three specials.
Hold on, those episodes that were cut were not filmed yet.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing, and we know they can make changes still. But here's the thing: people don't understand that. I'm not going to say this is definite, right? Hypothetically speaking, okay. Yeah. We have 8 episodes. We also heard that we were getting a special, but not attached to Series 13. It was going to be right, but then that may be changed too now, whatever placement you call it, right? The next special is supposedly the Dalek special again, like the trilogy, right? Which we said they should always be probably going to be a trilogy. So that makes it 9, right? And then there's the 2 additional. So these people are thinking like there's going to be 2. No, there's 3, right? Because so basically what it is yes, she regenerates in the special after Series 13. But these were all parts of Series 13. The only difference is that one, they're going to change the scripts to make them a little extra spice there.
Yeah.
And also, they're going to space her out. So that way she regenerates into 2022, maybe deep into the end of 20. Like, we don't know, because here's the thing. He's supposed to do Series 14, right? So now, are these specials going to interfere? Like, as a marketing thing, we've never seen them do a whole season with extra. We've never seen, like, specials and 10 episodes. Yeah. Like we've seen a series, right? We've seen a series that had a special, right? But then whenever they made these cuts, we never got more than what we bargained for, right? So do they now delay Series 14 and they totally take Series 14 out of 2022 period, right? Because they're going to film later, right?
Yeah.
And because now what you're going to do is now you're running into the 60th, right? 2023.
I'm still saying if they do replace her, all right? If they do replace her, they're waiting till either at the 60th or they're going to wait until
you can't. Here's the thing:
one of the two or three held back.
The 60th is too long because I'll tell you why. You're talking November of 2023, right? She said, like, didn't they say that she's gonna leave now? So you can't ask her if she wants to leave now to stay 2 years. Like,
well, that's true.
That's a long fucking time. So, but again,
now, granted, okay. How about this? She regenerates, but she's one of the people that appears in the 60th.
She could appear in the 60th.
Yeah.
Because Chibnall was writing it.
It's not as the primary. Yeah, it's not as the primary.
Chibnall was writing the 60th.
Yeah.
And there's another thing that people are getting confused because they're not making it clear, and BBC's not making it clear, and people don't know what the fuck is going on. So right away they're like, only 2 episodes. No, you have 3 fucking episodes. We didn't lose. No. It was just sort of misplaced. It was reshuffled.
Things got.
We're still going. Right. They may even scrap the script altogether because maybe those 2 episodes are fucking fillers, and now they're going to make it into a thing.
Yeah.
Of course, Moffat did that. He rewrote the scripts when fucking General Louise Coleman was going to leave, and then he had to put it back in. And, right.
And you could tell he was pissed with the way he wrote her afterwards.
Right. He made it look like shit, like she killed. Right.
Yeah.
Like she made it look like an asshole, totally. But the thing is, so it's not like the way I can explain it is, if you forget the fact that they said they cut the episodes. And you count that Series 13 is 10 plus 1, which it's been for a while, right? Then these are not really other special, like they're not different. This is still what was Series 13.
Now, another thing that I was thinking is, look what they did with the Orville. They cut 1 episode and they stuck it with the following season. What they could do is set it up to where those 3 or 2 or however many they decided on could be included with the new season or series.
Oh, you would think. Here's the thing: you would think that her battling the Daleks for the 3rd time, her ass is getting shot.
Yeah,
Davros is going to be in there. She's going to regenerate. Obviously now, but you see the way they worded it. She's going to regenerate in the specials.
Yeah.
So that would make me think.
They're doing a 3-parter, and the specials are the 3-parter, and they're going to have those lead up.
They're going to do a Capaldi. She's going to get fucking blasted.
Yep.
By the Daleks, and she's going to hold back that fucking regeneration for fucking 2 more specials after that.
What I think they should do now, what I personally think they should do is they should do 2 episodes. She gets shot in the 2nd. Then that way she holds it off for the final one. Because if she starts holding it back from day 1, that's really going to kill things.
He's copying off Moffat. They're doing what they did.
I could honestly see her being shot in the 2nd special, holding it for the and holding it for the 3rd. Because basically holding it back that much for the.
Well, no, they did it with Capaldi, the 2-part finale. In the beginning, he was regenerating, and then it went back, and he's with Missy, and then Bill Potts. Yeah. But then he still didn't regenerate after the 2 episodes, and then they had Twice Upon a Time, where he still didn't regenerate until the end. So it was like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Where he's supposed to fucking regenerate. So Chris Chibnall is doing the same
he's
fucking thing. They worded she's going to regenerate in the specials. Not she's going to regenerate in the special.
Sure.
That over the 3 fucking specials, she's going to regenerate. So that's what that means.
The other idea is, let's say she got hit with the near the end of the first one, so she's holding it back. Then, and we see it. Then comes the second one. Something stressful happens during the second episode, and you see it getting so bad to where she's trying to hold it back a second time. And then finally, by the 3rd episode, it's like she's thinking, "F it, I'll just let it happen." And then at some point in time, either in the middle of it or at the end of it, that's when she finally goes, "I'm a new person."
Right.
Or you know what they could do if she really is regenerating over the course of a couple of specials. In the first special, they could have something happen to her where she starts to regenerate, but the regeneration gets corrupted, so she can't regenerate, and then like she's dying, and like she literally thinks like this is it because I can't regenerate because whatever happened, and then in the 3rd episode it gets fixed or something.
Right.
And hey, you know, Chibnall, you're welcome to use my idea that I pitched years ago, where the regeneration splits into 2 people, and the second one is the Valyard. But you know, whatever, man.
I'm gonna say this. I have to make this disclaimer because I want to make it perfectly clear. The stuff that we're saying today is speculation.
Yes, speculation.
And I want to say the reason why it's speculation. My source works for the BBC, but this shit is so fucking top secret. He can't even fucking tell me shit what's going on, because then it will be found out who my source is. And my source is part of different shows that it would be fun. So I know why he's not talking to me now, because he can't. This is a delicate situation.
This is what I would really love to see them do, which they should have done with, I guess, Matt Smith's or Capaldi's. I don't know who they should have started with, or even Hertz. I wish they could have done that. When they were doing the regeneration scene, you just see a brief, almost like blink you miss it moment. You'd see like the Valyard's face slowly washed across the regeneration until the true face comes about. I really wish they could do that.
I'm gonna. Yes, okay, Chris.
I really think it was a missed opportunity to do that with Capaldi regenerating, because they built his doctor up like the storm, the beast, the thing, you know. And I really think that to make it more palatable, and it would have just been an interesting story too, no matter what doctor you do, but to kind of ease people into, all right, we have a female doctor. They really should have made the Valyard part of this. I mean, that could, then everybody, I think, would have been happy. Like, you could have cast anybody as the Valyard and been like, okay, he'll regenerate into the one that you know with the 6th Doctor or something. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, it was just such a missed opportunity.
I know, the Valyard definitely should have been. I'm going to make this prediction, right? And I'm going to go all out on this. This is 100% my feelings on the subject. If this happens, I will not be surprised in the least. And I have a lot of reasons why this will happen, the way things have been done with Doctor Who lately. I, for one, think that the next Doctor is definitely a female. And I'm going to say, judging by the person that's growing immensely popular, that they would say that she would never be the Doctor now because she's doing too much stuff and main things. I would say that the regeneration will be shocking. And I'm telling you right now, I would not be surprised at all if the next Doctor, the 14th Doctor, would be Phoebe Walker-Bridge. And I'll tell you why. She already did James Bond. She's doing Indiana Jones right now. And Indiana Jones is going to be finished filming, and then she's going to be either doing her Fleabag thing, right? She could definitely be like a one-season doctor because she's doing all these other different things. I can see Chris Chibnall doing that, like a Christopher Eccleston, but with Phoebe Walker-Bridge.
With everything that's going on with Jodie, I personally, I do agree that there should be another female doctor.
I'm not saying that. No. Wait, we make no mistake. I'm not saying there should be a female doctor.
I know.
I'm saying there is going to be. I think there is. Not that I'm saying I want that. I'm saying I think there is. But go ahead.
Well, I said what they should do is with all the hoopla and all the backlash, let's call it, about Jodie, they probably would want to wait until maybe the 15th or 16th doctor in order to try to do the female angle again.
No, Christian doesn't give a shit. Here's the thing I want to explain to you.
Probably by this time, by seeing what's going on with the whole Jodie thing, BBC probably would finally get some balls and tell him, look at the writing on the wall, look how people feel. We will have another female, but let's not have it immediately after Jodie. Let them have their let all these people who are bitching or complaining about the whole female BS.
Chris Chibnall doesn't give a fuck about that.
We give them their male doctor, and then after the 15th or 16th doctor, we return to the female.
Here's the way it is. He could do whatever the fuck he wants because he's Chris Chibnall and he's a showrunner. He could choose the fucking doctor and they can't say a fucking thing. And he doesn't give a fuck that every single year of Doctor Who magazine he's breaking tradition. She's not on the cover of Doctor Magazine. It's the first time in fucking 50-something years. Mm-hmm. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck if you want the doctor or male. He doesn't give a fuck what the BBC wants. They can't say shit to him because they're making more money from him than they've ever made in their life because of all these contracts that are being made with HBO Max and everything connected with him, okay? So here's the thing. The next doctor, I feel, would be Phoebe Walker-Bridge. That would fucking because of her name recognition. People would want to see her as the doctor. They would be like, how the fuck is this possible? Because she's so busy.
Would mean that the Ruth doctor would be like I've been thinking should be that.
No, she'll still be there. No. That's something that will remain, but she's not necessarily after Jodie.
Right. But she's further down than
she might be. But the thing is
that's how I've always thought.
They would do this. They would do this because the name is probably what HBO Max wants. Because then they could start putting stuff with her stuff in there on HBO Max, Phoebe Walker-Bridge. So it is the name that they will be lynching onto her success to reinvigorate Doctor Who in her image, working with Chris Chibnall. So in other words, she could be writing her own dialogue for fucking how the Doctor's supposed to be, okay? And she could help him because he's just, when it comes to all these other different shits, he's just terrible. When it comes to marketing and different things, or he doesn't want you to see anything. This is why you can't have action figures. This is why you can't have shit. So her, the way she's promoting Bond and then she's doing indie and she's doing this and she's doing that would probably be the perfect fucking choice because he would work in unison with her. And of course, the ratings would go through the roof because of her name. All right. They want to see how she does. She'll probably knock it out of the park too. Don't get me wrong. But yes, we will see the doctor being male again.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I can see another female doctor, but I just honestly feel
he doesn't care though.
With all the stuff that's going on,
he doesn't give a shit.
So okay, let's give the female angle.
No, the BBC would listen. He don't give a shit though. But he don't give a shit. They want. You know how many years they wanted him to do a fuck Christmas special? And he's like, no. They were fighting, but they can't do shit because at the end of the day, they're making. Listen. From a show that has shitty ratings, they're making millions more than they've ever done. So what do you think they're going to do? They're like, whatever you want, Mr. Chibnall, sir. Absolutely, that's what they're going to do. And he's not leaving. All these people that they're like, oh my God, the ratings, they're going to fire him.
That's what I said about my Jodie Weiner.
This guy ain't going anywhere. This guy is guaranteed writing the 60th. He's purposely saying because he wants to be the one to. This is what I don't think they understand. He's purposely staying so that way he could get the 60th out, right? His contract was till Series 15. Okay?
Series, yeah.
Meaning you did Series, right? 11, 12, 13. Not talking years. I'm talking series.
And that's,
right?
That's the problem. What people are forgetting is they
not years.
Series, not by the way we do it. Because the way we do it is like, okay, every year is a season.
But then you could down if you're going by years, Jody's been the Doctor since 2017.
Yeah.
December. Right?
Exactly.
So look what fucking year it is. It's 2021. She's still the fucking Doctor. It's gonna be 2022 and she's still gonna be the fucking Doctor. So that's the point, is that it's not by years, it's by series.
That's
Chris
right.
Chibnall
That's right.
is gonna fucking do the 60th, no matter what the fuck anybody says. So all these fucking Twitter posts, like these people think they know what the fuck they're talking about. When did you ever have lately a showrunner that was out with one fucking Doctor? None, never. You have Russell T. Davis with fucking Christopher Eccleston and fucking David Tennant. You had Moffat with fucking that worked with them before that, but also was with Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi. I mean, and even John Hurt he added to the fucking mix. Okay, so Chris Chibnall, and let me explain something to you. The reason they put the woman logo for Doctor Who is because he had every intention of making all his doctors female. It wasn't just for Jodie. Okay, this is what they were going forward. This is the plan that he had. I'm going to make all my doctors female. You're never going to, under Chris Chibnall, you're not going to see a male doctor, period. And he's not changing. He pissed us off so much with the Timeless Child.
Still suffering from that.
He doesn't give a fuck if you're fucking angry or not. He's doing what the fuck he wants to do. He don't care if he lost the Funko Pops. He don't care if he lost this account. He don't care if we broke tradition. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. And he is not going to change for the BBC or anything. He's going to fulfill his contract. There might be a clause that he's out Series 14. Like, it might have an option to leave, right? But
because the way they work the contracts there, it's like series by series. So that way, it's like
no. His contract is different than Jodie's contract. He was long haul 5 series. That's what his contract was. He might have an option out to be out a series before, but he's not taking it. He's no matter what, unless something crazy fucking happens, like he has a fucking accusation, cancel culture shit, right? He is gonna fucking write the 60.
But if you notice, he's staying under the radar when it comes to those people.
Here's the thing. I honestly don't think he gives a fuck about the people trying to cancel John Barrowman, right?
Yeah.
I told you this. I don't think he gives a god. And then here's the thing: the way we see cancel culture, right? We just saw David Dobrik come back, right? And fucking 5 million views for a fucking video of YouTube, right? We're seeing Shane Dawson coming back. This cancel culture thing is not really cancel culture. It's like, hey, couple of months vacation.
Yeah.
Okay? So John Barrowman will be fucking back, right? And if he's not back as Captain Jack, first of all, that whole cancel culture shit is not attached to America. Okay? Yep. We will take him fucking in seconds and put him in every fucking thing we could possibly put him in because we love John Barrowman, right? That cancel culture thing is only for fucking the UK right now. And the BBC. That's it. You don't think so?
I wouldn't say no.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not. No way.
You think he's done for now?
Oh, I think he's done until I think he's done until you got to remember these people have a short attention span. So when they forget what he did, then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, all right, that's fine."
I'm telling you, he'll be back in a year.
He'll be back, yeah, eventually.
He'll be back, 100%. It's not. I don't think. Listen, I think we'll see him in something in America.
They're waiting for the next thing to put their teeth in, to bitch, moan, and whine about. As soon as that's done, it's like,
let's see him fucking. They could make him put him back on the CW show. They don't give a fuck. Listen, they could put him back on the CW show. They don't give a fuck. I don't honestly think they give a fuck. Honestly, here, I don't think so. If these guys are the writers, you think so? I don't think so.
Oh yeah. Oh, they do. Definitely.
Really?
Yo, man, I could give you 1,000 examples of how much they care here.
He's fucking rich, so he's all right for now. He's all right. But he does music too. He could put a fucking album out. That's it.
Yeah.
He can do stage plays.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He's going to
be
do
a lot.
He's going to be fine. And I think his husband works too, so it's fine.
Hey.
John Barrowman's going to be fine. And he'll be back. This whole thing with the fucking cancel culture, I'm telling you, it's not going to be forever. He's going to be back as Captain Jack. It's going to be fine. I'm fucking 100% convinced.
He will one day.
Nobody's been. Listen. All this, even fucking Kevin Spacey's coming back doing fucking movie, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is like a vacation, an extended fucking vacation, and then they come back.
You start thinking, okay, were these did these actors?
You'll forget what the fuck happened.
Sometimes you start thinking, okay, did these actors were the ones that leaked it just so they could have a break for a while?
Yeah, right.
Listen,
I've thought about that before.
I left because the whole David Dobrik thing, right? He lost potential income, but he didn't lose his income. I mean, he has millions of dollars, right? He's still spending money. So, like, he lost future things, but it didn't take, like, nobody went in his bank and took his fucking $100 million out of his bank. So now he made 5 million views. He's back immediately. But, like, if, let's say he wasn't back, right? He go into a boxing match, he make fucking, like, 10 million easy. Like, and then you're back. Let's address this. Let's address them. Come on. Can we address Logan Paul and Jake Paul? No.
Oh, of course we can. You mean the comedy classic fight? The hug fest that went on?
Listen, not for nothing. Logan was punching for. Listen.
Yeah. I know everybody's talking about
Mayweather made more money.
Granted, it seemed like for 50 or however many bucks.
He lasted.
But they got their money.
I'm sorry, he lasted. He lasted.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
I know. It's not about a boxing match. I know, Chris. I know what you're going to say.
Listen to me, all right?
I saw your post on Facebook. I know.
If Floyd Mayweather was really serious,
he wasn't.
He would have obliterated this man and his brother at the same time if he really wanted to.
He wasn't. Yeah. He didn't want to get hurt.
Now let me.
He could do He could do a fake out and then do a good 1-2 punch.
I'm well aware, Chris, that he wasn't into it.
Let's get Mr. Paul into the ring with
Logan
a guy
Paul?
Let's
not
get
Jake Paul.
either of them. I don't care either of them. Let's get them into a ring with a guy like, I don't know,
Mike Tyson.
Let's say like Vladimir Klitschko or somebody like Vladimir Klitschko, the former champion, the former heavyweight champion, or his brother Vitaly, or let's put him in the ring with what's his name, the guy from Ireland who's or Scotland, one of those.
Conor McGregor?
No. I'm talking about legitimate boxers. You know what I'm saying? Let's put them in the ring with one of them and let's see how long they last.
But it's you know what the thing is? Even if they didn't last, they went home and they have fucking $50 million.
Oh, look, listen. You don't understand. If they get in the ring with any of the guys I just mentioned, they wouldn't be alive to tell the tale.
No, they wouldn't.
I saw this post on Twitter about this boxer that was all whatever, and then he got brain damage and he's fucked after the match, and he's just like a vegetable. And they're looking, it's like, oh my God, it's the same fucking person.
Yeah.
You could get fucking fucked up.
Yeah. Or let's you know what, you want to know what? Why don't we have them cross platform, put them in the octagon, and see how long they last?
Thanks. I was trying to think of that octagon.
But here's the thing, aren't they wrestlers?
It don't fucking matter. Are you kidding me? Let's put them in the ring with
let's put it this way. The way they wrestle and fight, they could go into a high school or a college match, and that's pretty much their qualification.
And then they would be okay. Well, when they get in the ring for a legitimate boxing match, then I will give them their time of day. But if I no judges, it's an exhibition. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, I get my ass kicked, but you know what? Hey.
Well, why would say Floyd Mayweather? Why would you want as Floyd Mayweather to not have an exhibition and get hurt when you make an all? Of
course, I'm not saying that he's stupid, but anybody who actually thinks that these two are legitimate boxers and they're no. Sorry,
but they are bringing attention to the sport, though.
They are. It was all about
they're killing the sport.
I mean, I don't know about killing the sport.
They're killing it. If you look at what fight analysts are saying, they are killing the sport. They are murdering it.
Really? Because everybody's tuning in that are not boxing fans.
Yeah, but these people, they don't stay. The money. They don't stay, though. That's the problem. If you ask anybody, hey, are you going to watch Canelo fight? They're going to go,
they will watch it. Because they want to see Logan Paul or Jake Paul or KSI or whatever.
What they think is boxing is not actually boxing. So therefore, they are killing it. They are not bringing any. They belong in the WWE, where you can,
which may happen. It could happen. Because Logan Paul was already there for that little thing, right?
Sorry, yeah, no, they belong.
Logan Paul was there for a little bit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he got like knocked out by Kevin Owens. So I mean,
right,
but not really. Of course.
Yeah, he made some money though.
Oh, of course.
Listen, right now they're in. If they weren't in, nobody be talking about them. Vince wouldn't have gave them time of day. Mm-hmm. Nobody would give them the time of day if they weren't in. Right now, that's what everybody's talking about. You're talking about the Pauls. Talking about KSI, you're talking about
but that
H3 podcast.
That doesn't last very long. It lasts.
No, I know. That's why they continually have to do something different to stay relevant.
Yeah, I'm saying get in the ring with an actual boxer, and then we'll see what's going on.
Maybe they will. Maybe they won't.
Then they'll be dead.
Well, we'll be watching it, I guess.
I won't. Fuck that.
I know. You don't like them. I know it's not real boxing.
First of all, they should both be in jail. Personally. Second of all,
there's a lot of stuff there's a lot of things. But I guess that's what happens when you're rich.
Hey.
I don't know. I wouldn't know yet. Not that I would do anything bad if I was rich, but not that they did anything bad. I'm not saying they did.
Yes, they did.
Well, you could say.
Yes, they did. Let's not sugarcoat it. Yes, they did.
All right.
Both of them.
Listen, eventually, they can't hide from that forever. No, I mean it's got to catch up.
Well, when you have enough money, you can hide behind it for as long as you want.
Jesus, the amount of people at the parties that probably got sick with the whole. That's one thing. But then again, they did move away from. They moved to Puerto Rico, didn't they both?
Yeah, because they had to escape the government.
The taxes.
Ooh, damn. No, I'm joking.
We know. I personally look. Everybody likes their own thing. I like watching them. I watch them. So that's what's on TV lately. Is YouTube more than shows lately sometimes.
Yeah,
that's true.
So, what else? We really, wow.
That's who they should put them in the ring. You know what they should put them in the ring with? John Jones from the UFC.
Jesus.
I'd watch that one. That would be a lot of fun.
But I thought he won't have any of his people fight them, though. Dana White, right?
Probably not, because especially John Jones, because Jones is liable to kill them.
Plus, he wouldn't. Would it be a cross promotion? They could do something like that.
They'd have to learn how to fight in the octagon.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. You think they ever will?
If they throw enough money at them, sure. It'll be an exhibition, of course, but
Right.
I just want them to get in the ring with somebody who's watch this, and just really crack.
Well, would you watch it though if they did fight?
I'd watch the clip. If there were certain guys that did it, yeah. If they came out and they were like, "Oh, Brock Lesnar's gonna fight them," oh, you bet my ass.
You hate them, or you don't, or you just dislike them?
I had no problem with them until I read about things that they were accused of doing, and now I don't.
You hate them with a passion, right?
I don't hate them. No, I just don't think that. I don't think that they should get the recognition. Before I learned what I learned about them, I was like, "Hey, they're doing something right. God bless them." But now that I know what I know about them, fuck both of them.
But you think that's real? All that stuff?
Yeah, it is real. Right? There's actual evidence behind a lot of this stuff. Not everything, but
Right.
But hey, they're popular. They get what they do on YouTube, and hey.
listen,
I'm not gonna say that they didn't earn it. They earned everything that they got. But
of course. Listen, one day, who knows? We could be fucking in a fucking studio. Never know. Can't say it. Like, can't we say we not? Shit happens. Look at the kid. Was the kid fucking throwing milk in the supermarket, making millions of dollars? Right? Stupidest shit known to man. Right?
Yeah.
And like half the times when we do videos, right? Well, I do a video and I'm like, how the fuck? I did a video about ghost hunting, right? And it made fucking thousands of views. I did a thing about Moonraker. It was like over 20,000 views. You can't tell what the fuck is gonna go viral or not.
We should totally do a video about ghost hunting.
I gotta tell you, I wanted to fucking us to just, if there was a possibility where I became like I had money, I would fucking fly us all out and go fucking ghost hunting. I'll buy all the equipment and everything. I would love to do that. Bro,
hey,
I would love to do that shit.
And right now, the way I am about ghosts, you've got your person.
I gotta tell you right now, if I become fucking rich, one of the first fucking things I'm gonna be calling you all up, and we're gonna fucking plan that shit out, and we're gonna fucking buy. I'm gonna buy the key. I'm gonna buy it all, and we're gonna fucking film that shit. We're gonna get a videographer. And we're gonna fucking set up some shit where we can go do this shit,
dude.
I'm talking. I want the newest of the new fucking equipment.
You know where you go? There's two places that you go if you ever really wanted to do that.
No, I'm telling you right now, 100% always wanted to do this.
Yeah, I'm telling you, two places you want to go to do that: St. Augustine Lighthouse in Florida and the Eastern State Penitentiary.
Well, you're in Florida.
I am.
Right. So that's nice weather over there anyway.
Dude, it's a little hot, but it's not bad. Yeah.
I haven't been to Florida in ages too.
Dude, the St. Augustine Lighthouse is apparently one of the most haunted places on the planet.
Yeah?
Yes.
We would have to do a fucking not just one video. We'd have to be like I would go all out, had the fucking videographer, the fucking sound effect people, had goddamn fucking intros, we had to get all new fucking gear and fucking everything, and it would be fucking great. I would love to fucking do that. That's one thing I always wanted to do. And I said, if we ever made it big, we would do that shit because I would love. I always watched that shit, even when I was little with Ghostbusters, but even watching Ghost Hunters on fucking Sci-Fi and whatever the fuck channel they were on. I always wanted to do that shit, always. And like I said, the newest, like they always have every year was like a new equipment. This thing does something different. Remember? Like they had a thing where you could see the fucking thing and a different type of infrared or whatever the fuck it was. Then they had a thing where they could fucking, what the fuck was it? It was a thing where they could hear the voice or some shit. Like this, all these things they always came out with.
Yeah, they just use digital recorders for that.
Now it's just all the shit they could pick up, even though there was that rock that captured the fucking recording, almost like a fucking VCR, whatever, of the fucking of the events that happened. Remember that thing was like what was it, a quartz crystal or some shit that shit got trapped in there, like almost like it was like a recorder of like a fucking time period thing.
I think a lot of that show was for entertainment, but I think that
I know
there's a lot of people. There's a lot of
they split though. That's the whole point.
They did,
they had a fight, right, and then they fucking split.
Well, this is what I think. This is what I think happened because
wasn't one of them trying to bullshit the video or something?
Well, what happened was, I don't know if this led to them breaking up for real, but I always wondered if this played a part with it. They used to do live Halloween specials.
Yes, I love those.
And I think it was the third or fourth one that they did. One of the guys, Grant, who was one of the head guys for the Caps team, they caught on camera that it looked like something pulled up his hood on his jacket, and they asked Jason, the other founder of Taps, to go over and look to see if there was something caught on his jacket or anything. And the way that the jacket hood moved, somebody on YouTube was like, you can actually recreate this really easily by putting a string in your jacket and then running the string or the piece of wood or whatever down one of the sleeves. And then if you straighten your arm out and you pull it, it will pull your jacket and make it look like somebody's pulling it up from behind you. And they said if you do it a certain way, when somebody moves the jacket hood, it will fall a certain way because all the weight of whatever you're putting in there falls all the way down. And so they replayed the footage, and it did it exactly the way that was described. So a lot of people think that what happened was Sci-Fi told them that they were getting tired of episodes of them not finding anything, because a lot of the first 2 seasons, they would go back to the homeowners or the property.
Right, they would never find shit.
We didn't find anything. We don't think that this place is haunted. And that was what made that was what put them on the map, because they
were truthful.
They came out and said that they believed that 80% of so-called paranormal activity was explainable through other, not bullshit, but it was explainable. Like the people who were experiencing these things actually believed that they were experiencing something paranormal.
And the fact that they were plumbers,
right? They
had that expertise about how the pipe sounds,
right? Yeah,
if there was something trapped or whatever.
Well, I remember there was one episode where this guy was like, I keep seeing like people moving around my house at night. When I get up from my bed and I look in my living room, I see like shadows moving in the house and whatnot, and they look like people. And what they found out was that in his garage, he had like a bottle of like really toxic chemicals that were spilling into his AC unit, and it was being spread throughout the house. And when they talked to a doctor, they're like, this causes hallucinations, like really bad hallucinations if you're exposed to it for too long.
Whoa.
And so they were like, you got to get this cleaned out and moved. And then after he did that, he never experienced anything ever again.
Wow.
So
in other words, the guy granted it on his own, supposedly.
No. So what the story, like the rumor, it's not confirmed, but the rumor is that they were told by a production team to like start making evidence, like faking it, so that they would have something for the show. And I think that's why Grant left.
Grant left because he didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
anymore.
Because there was another few people who used to work for the Taps team.
Yeah.
One of them said that at one point they were using thermometers, and they were getting these very strange thermometer hits in the house or the building that they were investigating, right? But they couldn't get any of them on film because they would go by so fast that the thermometer would hit and then it would go by, so nobody could get it on film. Right. So apparently the production team told them, hey, we'll heat something up and put it in that closet, and then you film the closet and we'll say that was the hot spot. So you guys actually saw one, but
it was possible that Grant just didn't want to do this bullshit anymore. Like, he wanted to be fake.
I think that he got tired of the traveling, and I think that the integrity of the show started.
But then he came back. Here's the thing: they both came back separately at the same time, right? Like Grant did one show on one network, and then Jason did. Right? It was Jason.
Jason has the Ghost Hunters property right now. It's back on the air.
But Grant has a different name for his thing.
I don't know if Grant is still doing his show. To be honest,
they both. One was on the Travel Channel, and one was on still Sci-Fi, right? Or no?
No, they're not on Sci-Fi anymore.
No. One was on the Travel Channel. One was on something else.
I think Destination America. I think is the other channel. Yeah.
But I don't know if both of them are continuing right now.
No. Jason has most of the original team back, and they have the Ghost Hunters license, and they're doing the show again. But I don't think Grant's a part of it.
No, he's not part of it. Yeah, he's still doing whatever he was doing. Okay, so like I said from the very beginning, I love that. Even when they came to Staten Island, they did that. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, I would love to.
I think the first 3 seasons of that show are as legitimate as they could have been.
Because then they got bullshit when they went international and all that shit. It was like, bullshit.
And then from there, it got really, like, you could tell like things were production and stuff.
Look, if you would like to see the real Whovians be ghost hunters, you fucking make us go viral.
Ooh, here we go.
Me rich
real
and I'll
Whovians.
Listen, here's the thing. Our group is the real Whovians. So whatever we do, the everything show, we're still the real Whovians. So it would be nice if I was rich. They'd be rich too. So there you go. We would get Scott, we would get Chris, we would get Vaughn. I'm sure Vaughn and Sally and everybody would love to let's just go.
Bro, you guys want to see something funny? Get me in a haunted house, and I will ham that up like you would not imagine.
Oh fuck!
You want my personality to come out? Oh boy!
I'll make sure my hair's dyed and look real nice.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what? You can never say never. You got to think of it this way. I mean, I've been on this thing. December will be 10 years.
Damn.
On YouTube. 10 years. Over 10,000 videos. Starting with just single videos.
Decade.
I know. Over 1 million some odd views, whatever. And you know what? We slowed down a little bit because of this thing that's now just about over almost. But things are going to go back to the way it was and doing our podcast and everything. I'm sure I'm not going to do like 10 or 15 a day, but it's still going to be, we're still going to do podcasts now, you know. So it's already another day. Today, I'm going to celebrate Father's Day for me.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Day early because I have to work on Sunday, but kids are coming. Not even kids anymore. They're adults.
They're your kids. Yeah, they'll always be your kids.
I know. But I'm very excited. Today's going to be a great day. Hope it's nice weather, though. I don't know what's going to be, but Chris, I would love to do that. I'd love to we'll go to Florida. I go to Florida, ghost hunting. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, bro. We gotta do. You know what we should do?
One day we'll get together.
Like 1 year, we either go to G Fest or we go to Tampa Comic Con or something.
I've met two real Whovians in my lifetime. Danette, 40 and on Times Square, like 42nd Street. She went to a play, and Jacob. I was supposed to meet Hayden. Was going to come in from Australia. He was going to, and Stephen Price was originally going to come when he got married. He was going to get married and come over here, but then this whole COVID thing happened, and nobody's going anywhere. Like it was like, but I would love to meet Scott, of course, and you, and just it would be nice. I mean, it's still possible. I mean, Florida, I've been a couple of times, and I've never been to Oklahoma.
Florida since I was 11 or 12.
Yeah, so. Who knows?
That was back. That was back around the late 70s, early 80s.
It was early 80s.
Early 80s.
Gosh, golly. That would be great ghost hunting. It would be so fun. It would be so fucking fun. Once we did,
I can be the one going, "That's not real. That's not real."
Right. You'd be Scully, right? And I'll be fucking Mulder. I'm like, that's fucking real. They took my sister.
And Chris can be the one who goes, ah!
Oh no! You know what would happen is that I would be the one that has the shotgun in his backpack, and I was like, I like to keep this close by, close encounters. And they're like, you can't shoot the ghosts, Chris. I'm like,
it'd be funny if we got so fucking famous doing the ghost hunter thing that we'd have fucking celebrities with us, like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger and shit.
Oh, I think that would be dangerous.
How fucking great would that be, right? I think I heard something over here. Would you love to see Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger doing ghost hunting?
I hear Chrissy Teigen's looking for a thing.
Controversial.
Absolutely not.
We're starting to talk about some crazy territory that we've never discussed before. Like, did you see that thing happen with Trisha Paytas too? That was crazy too, right?
Gotta get Keanu Reeves.
Oh, I wish I met him. They had a Matrix screening. Matrix 4 screening already.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
I did.
Yeah.
I heard plot.
Please don't be. You heard the plot?
I heard what the plot probably is, and it makes no sense at all.
You want to say it?
I'll say one thing that I heard, and I don't know. Again, take this.
It better not be like Cloud Atlas. That was the worst fucking shit ever.
Well.
Oh no.
I mean, here's the thing. Potential spoilers, but I heard that Neo uploaded himself and Trinity into the Matrix, and they're stuck in the Matrix, and they're aging, but they don't know who they are. I guess, right? Is that real? They don't know who they are?
I don't know about that. Yes, actually, there is one aspect of that I believe is true, but the actual plot, again, this is speculation. Not speculation. This is a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. But there were leaked audio recordings of auditions for the main character. And it lines up with a plot leak that came out, I think, shortly before that. And it basically says that the time between the Matrix Revolutions and this Matrix movie, the machines have made the story of the Matrix into a video game.
Oh, fuck.
And the main characters are playing the video game. And then eventually they get caught up in the story of, quote unquote, the one. And they wake up in the real world, but it turns out that one of them is actually a program designed by the machines to, I guess, get this story going. And Neo, not knowing who he is the creator of the video game.
And I heard that Trinity has the powers, and he doesn't.
So here's the thing I've heard about that, right? Trinity's dead.
Right.
And the actual version of Neo is disguising himself as Trinity in the Matrix.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So Neo is actually Trinity?
Yes. No, the Trinity is Neo in disguise.
The female Trinity.
No, Trinity's dead.
Trinity's dead.
The real Trinity is dead.
But the fake Trinity
is
really
Neo
Neo?
in disguise.
And who's the Neo in the Neo is a
he's another part of Neo, apparently.
What? Wait. Yeah. Neo with himself?
All right, so this is what you
how about wait a minute. So you're saying that Trinity No, because now I'm confused. So is Trinity like a construct like Wanda created Vision?
There is no Trinity. She's dead. Neo is disguised.
So he didn't upload her at all.
No.
To the fucking Matrix. She's dead.
She died.
But he uploaded himself.
No. Apparently he actually died in the Matrix Revolutions and the machines brought him back.
What?
In the script for Matrix Revolutions, it says that Neo died. He's dead.
Bullshit. He did?
He's dead.
It didn't look like he's looking at the fucking light when he's laying down.
Do you want to know how we know he's dead? Like, for reals? So, after the Matrix Revolutions came out, there was a video game for the Matrix that came out.
Yes.
The Matrix MMO. And the Wachowskis, to this day, say that it is the canon follow-up to the Matrix Revolutions.
So he's dead in the game?
He's dead. And Morpheus is also dead.
But in the movie, Morpheus is dead also, right?
He's dead because he gets killed in the video game.
But then who's the new Morpheus?
There is no new Morpheus. He's dead.
So who's the guy that they were saying going to be Morpheus? There's no Morpheus?
It's probably either a flashback or some kind of machine program. That was another thing I heard. I heard the rumor is that there's a program that's pretending to be Morpheus. And the program turns out to be Smith.
Agent Smith?
Yep.
But looking different. Because I know that he was busy. He wanted to be in it.
Yeah.
But he was filming something else, right? But that doesn't mean that he's not going to be back. Because if it's a trilogy, he'll be back.
They said that this movie is supposed to start off a new trilogy. And
that's what's supposed to. Yeah.
Supposedly, I've been on a Matrix kick lately, and I've been getting into a lot of the lore of the Matrix because there's a lot of things that I didn't know. And believe me, like, I can tell you a lot of things that you may not know about the Matrix that would blow your mind. Like it blew my mind. But the way that the Matrix is supposed to end, I believe, is that the humans and the machines come to a truce where they realize that they need each other to survive.
But I thought that's basically was the end of the movie to begin with. That they came to a truce because Agent Smith.
No, like a true truce. Like
true.
You remember how the architect and the Oracle at the end of Revolutions had that conversation at the end of the movie?
Right. They're not really friends. They're kind of
where he said that, you know, how long do you think this peace will last? Blah 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 blah. Well, apparently this movie, the fourth one, is the culmination of what he was talking about there. Like the peace didn't last.
So it's going to be 4 movies, not 3 movies.
I think it's going to be 6 movies, to be honest with you.
6 more?
No, 3 more. 6 in total.
3 more. Okay, that's what I thought. 3 more. Okay.
And I believe that the way that it's going to end is going to be that the machines and the humans realize that they have to work together to stay alive. That's what it's
okay.
looking like.
So Neo in the movie is not Neo.
Allegedly, in this movie, he's not a whole Neo. No.
But so it's Neo with true Neo.
So apparently what happened was the point of the video game that was canon, like the real life video game. I'm not talking about the video game in the movie, but the real life video game. The objective of the game was like twofold. Morpheus was trying to get Neo's body so that they could bury him in Zion, but the machines had his body for whatever reason and they wouldn't give it up. Like they're like, we don't have it. We don't know where his body is. We don't have it, which is clearly not true based on the end of Revolutions. I guess, and I may not be explaining this entirely correctly, but the objective of the game was to get these like fragments of Neo that were scattered throughout the Matrix and reconstitute them into a whole Neo. So I'm assuming that the movie is following a similar path because there's the creator of the game, who's Keanu Reeves' character, whose name is like Mr. like Svanderson or something like that.
And Mr. Anderson?
No, it's like Svanderson or something like that. Like they changed the name. They changed the name.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's Mr. Sanderson. It's Mr.
Anderson instead of Anderson. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's also apparently a program version of Neo who is disguising itself as Trinity.
So the program is Neo. The program is Trinity, but it's not. Where's the real Neo?
Okay, no, you're getting confused.
Okay.
There is no real Trinity in this movie, apparently. She is
Where
dead.
is the real Neo?
The real Neo is in the Matrix, scattered into at least 2 different forms. Mr. Sanderson and this version of him that is disguised as Trinity.
But he doesn't know he's disguised as Trinity.
The program does. But
so
Sanderson
when he reconstitutes, he'll still be Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he'll probably be regular Neo at that point.
And he'll have powers.
That's what happens. I would imagine so, yeah.
But no matter what, she's dead. No matter what.
She's dead. Unless they pull the wool over our eyes and they're like, oh, look,
she's not dead. Because I thought that's what happened, that they uploaded their consciousness into the Matrix.
No, apparently Trinity died and then Neo died too. Like that was like he's dead.
Okay.
Now there is a third option here that I did not know that, like, I didn't know that this was a thing. Like, maybe I missed it, but there's a lot going on in Revolutions that they didn't explain very well. Like, for example, you remember the little Indian girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently she is the product of 2 programs falling in love and having a child.
Correct.
And she's like a rogue program.
A rogue program, yeah.
And apparently she's in this movie.
Oh, she's older.
Yeah, she may be the villain of the movie. Like she may be the reason why the machines bring Neo back, because they're like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, we need somebody to stop that.
Here's the thing. Originally, they wanted Hugo Weaving back, and he couldn't be. So that's the change, I guess, because Agent Smith was supposed to be behind all this originally, I guess. Which he still may be. They may just...
The one thing I was going to say before, and I didn't know that this was going on in the movie, but do you remember the French guy, the Merovingian?
The Merovingian, yeah.
Okay. Remember his wife?
Yes.
Okay, so you remember how she told Neo that she wanted him to kiss her?
Right, as if he loved her.
Apparently, she has the ability that when she kisses people, she can copy their code.
Oh.
So the running theory now is that she was BSing him the whole time, like, I want you to kiss me, like, and she copied the one's code.
So in other words, even though she copied him, it's still the one. Like, it's from that point in time.
Yes. And allegedly, it was either the Merovingian or her plan was to make sure that they had a copy of the one's code for whatever they were planning to do in the future.
I see. You know what? The one thing that sucks that I always wanted to see, we never saw. I loved the fact that they had those twins that were like vampires. Right? I was so upset that we've never seen Neo versus them, but we saw Morpheus versus them.
Let me go ahead.
And I always said that they didn't die because they phased out before they died.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, go ahead.
Okay, so again, we're going back to the Merovingian's wife because apparently she was a bigger part of this whole thing than I ever thought. And then when I started getting into the lore, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, okay. So you remember when Neo was talking to the architect, and the architect says that this is the 6th incarnation of the Matrix?
Yes.
Okay. So I found out, I learned about what the first 2 versions of the Matrix were.
Right.
And dude, it blew my fucking mind. Okay. The first version of the Matrix was supposed to be heaven.
Right.
Like the machines made heaven, and it was too perfect, and everybody was like the humans that were plugged in there were like, something's not right here. Everything's too perfect. So they started waking up and dying, right? The architect thought that the reason they were waking up was because everything was too perfect. So the second version of the Matrix
was hell.
Was the Nightmare Matrix, right? And it was a world full of like zombies and werewolves and vampires and monsters and all of this shit. So basically like hell, like you were saying.
Hell,
but what happened was people were like, there's no way reality is this frightening.
Right.
And so they started waking up again. So then the third one was when he implemented, I guess he implemented free will and choice. And that's what made everybody, like, the illusion work, because everybody thought they were making their own choices, but they really weren't.
But the one still kept winning.
There were different versions of the one that would come out in every Matrix because it was an anomaly of the free will, right?
Right.
Those ghost things were from the Nightmare Matrix.
Right, from the second Matrix.
Right. And then the Merovingian's wife, remember when she takes them to see the keymaker?
Yeah.
And the 2 bodyguards, she says, you can't kill them with anything but silver bullets. They were fucking werewolves.
Oh,
they were werewolves, not vampires.
They were supposed to be werewolves. Yeah.
I thought they were vampires.
They might have been vampires too, but like,
mixed with werewolves, right?
Yeah.
That vibe had that hammerish, like, horror vibe, and I always loved that. And I was so pissed that we never saw Neo fight them, because they said when something goes wrong with the Matrix, weird shit happens, like fucking vampires and werewolves. They said that, like, weird shit, because I guess the chaos made whatever the
aliens, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, all that stuff are remnants of the Nightmare Matrix that bleed into
still exists.
Yeah, because it's still around. Programming is still intermixed with.
They didn't go away. They just moved away. Right. Like like Smith said, when he was deleted, he didn't want to go away. Like, he's still there somewhere. Right.
Right. There's also, I didn't know this either. I don't know if this is canon, but this is definitely a comic book that they wrote. There's a story about aliens, like actual aliens, invading Earth while the machines took over.
Oh, that's cool.
And the machines are like, what the fuck is this? And they wake up a human from the Matrix and they're like, we need you to take care of this shit because, like, this is a problem.
So that was what, the 4th one?
That was, I think it was called the Matrix, like, Dominion or something like that.
So, but it's not been Neo, it's been different people, right? Like, it's not like Neo over and over and over and over again, right? It's been different.
I always imagine that the one is a different person each time.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Okay. But now in this instance, Neo is still the one, right? There's not anybody else.
He didn't follow the programming of the one.
So in other words, now all these characters are introduced, like Neil Patrick Harris, Christina Ricci, and all that. They're what, agents?
I don't know. They might be real humans.
Or
they
resistance.
They might be programs. They might be agents. I'm not sure.
So Morpheus is dead. Like the Zion's still around.
Yes,
but nobody's around. Like,
he was killed in the video game because what happens is he goes to the Oracle after Revolutions, and he demands that the machines give him Neo's body so that they can bury him in a sacred place in Zion. But the machines keep telling the Oracle that they don't know where his body is. And he gets pissed. And then the Merovingian hires an assassin and he kills Neo. I'm sorry, he kills Morpheus.
He kills Morpheus.
Yep.
Wow. So you'll never see Lawrence Fishburne. You'll never see what do you call it? Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne, right?
Well, I'd never say never. They could always do flashbacks. He could show up as a program.
But they're not going to say that the comic was not comics always canon, right?
It depends on the creator. I'm talking about the video game. The video game they definitely said was canon.
Okay. So and they're not going to do anything. That. They could say in this movie that that's not canon. Okay.
They could if they wanted to, but it doesn't look like that's what they're going to do. It looks like it's staying pretty status quo.
That's what I heard too. Is 3 movies. So in other words, Trinity's only going to be in this movie, but she's not. She's dead, so she won't probably be appearing again.
She's just pretty much like a computer program.
She won't appear in the next movie.
Again, if this plot leak is correct, of course, then yes, then she's pretty much dead. Yeah.
But Agent Smith, like Hugo Weaving, supposedly is in the sequel because
they said that the twist in this movie is that the program or the person who says that they are Morpheus at the end of the movie is revealed that it's actually Smith.
Right, but he doesn't look like him because it's just.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Hugo Weaving. He looks like the actor that they got to play Morpheus. If
he will look like Smith in the next one. If they
possibly,
because he said he would do it.
Yeah,
but he's not gonna. I'm sure they're not gonna be fighting like they were.
They could have stunt people do it.
Yeah. Listen, I am a huge fan of the Matrix movies, so I'm ecstatic about this one. Ecstatic.
Yeah, dude. There's
wait, bro.
There's so many. There's a channel on here that I watch called Matrix Explained, and they do like on a fantastic job. And like they did like a scene by scene, like recap of like Revolutions, and even I think they did Reloaded as well. And they go through that scene with the architect. The amount of shit that's in that scene that like nobody paid attention to is crazy.
Yeah.
Like the screens in the background at one point, like somebody froze it and they like the screens are showing every event in Neo's life.
Wow.
And it leads up to like why he's the one. And it's crazy.
Wow. I'm happy. I'm happy that, we got more Matrix movies. I was happy with the last Bill and Ted. I like that one too. You didn't like it, right?
Oh, I didn't see it actually.
Oh, okay. So, was there anything we missed that any big groundbreaking fucking news that
I know it's getting late, but do you want to talk about how Star Wars shot themselves in the foot?
Yeah. You could start it, yeah.
Okay. So there's one of many Vader comics that have been out recently.
Oh, are you talking about the fucking clone Snoke and all that shit? Dude,
it got so much worse. That was like not even
that, bro. So I'm not even gonna go ahead.
Do you remember way back when we did that review of The Rise of Skywalker and I said, how come Anakin didn't just tell Luke where Exegol was?
Right.
It's even worse now. Vader literally went to Exegol.
For what?
And found, get this, he found the Star Destroyers that they built and used in The Rise of Skywalker.
And he said, what the fuck is this?
He found them being built. He found their power source. He found out what they did. And Palpatine was like, yeah, I'm going to use these eventually. He was on Exegol with him, right? Do you know that this means that Vader didn't tell Luke that this shit was out there? And he was just like, he was like, I don't care. I'm not telling them.
No, he would tell them. That's bullshit.
Fucking
bullshit. I can't stand when they do shit like that with the comic books and all this stupid shit. Like, I got that comic that, like, fucking, Han Solo had a wife, and I'm like, what the fuck? I got caught up with that shit, and I bought the other fucking shit with the Emperor's like, yeah, I made fucking, and like, I'm like, and then they changed it, right? It wasn't the Emperor that.
Yeah, he didn't actually do it. Yeah.
It's bullshit. Like, listen, here's the thing with that, right? At any time, if they don't agree with something, they can say it's not canon. They do that shit all the time, bro. So you can never say definitively that, like, look, who would have thought that these 3 books that I fucking read, Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, Last Command, with fucking Timothy Zahn wrote them, right? Grand Admiral Thrawn, right? Who the fuck would believe that something that they made not canon anymore, character, is now canon again? But different.
But a different version, yeah.
Right. So, like, I don't believe any of that shit. You're going to say Luke didn't have a wife and it wasn't marriage age. They could fuck tomorrow. They could be like, oh, she's fucking in this movie or whatever.
Oh,
I don't fucking believe anything. Like,
absolutely. But what I'm saying is that right now, Vader knew about all this shit and didn't tell anybody.
That's bullshit. Honestly, you mean to tell me that he saw his son dying and he risked everything to fucking stop the Emperor from killing his son, but he's not going to tell. Oh, by the way, Luke, listen, you need to tell your fucking sister that motherfucker's got started. Listen, he would. That's bullshit. He said together you and you join me and together we'll rule the galaxy as father and son. He wouldn't tell him. Of course he would.
There is now no excuse for why even after Vader died that Anakin couldn't have been like, listen, Luke, there's a thing out there.
Like, they talk to each other like fucking Qui-Gon taught that shit. So
they said in Bloodline, or not Bloodline, they said in some canon material that Luke and Anakin talked for years after Return of the Jedi. He visited him all the time, Anakin, and he told him things.
Yes,
and apparently Obi-Wan and Yoda did too. And Qui-Gon.
He wasn't half and half though, right?
No.
He was just purely Anakin.
He was Anakin, yeah.
That's what I thought too. That would have been bullshit if they would have did like that. Both sides. That sucks. They resolved that already. So
So there's absolutely no reason for why Anakin wouldn't have told Luke, listen, you have to go to Exegol. My Wayfinder is on Mustafar. Go get it and stop this.
But here's the thing. The stuff in Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
How could that line up with that?
It lines up perfectly.
How?
So remember that episode where they saw those tanks in that the tanks of like the cloned things in them?
What I'm talking about is if Luke only trained Ben Solo and students, right? Mm-hmm. Now you're saying that Luke's going to train Grogu, right?
Sure.
But if that happens, it's a paradox because, he didn't train anybody before Ben Solo, correct?
No, that's not true.
Oh, he did. Trained a whole bunch of Jedi.
Yeah, he trained a whole bunch of Jedi. Some of the Jedi that he trained actually hunted down Ben Solo after they thought he killed Luke and turned to the dark side.
Okay. So in other words, he trained tons of fucking people before his nephew.
Yes. So that's why.
So where the fuck did they all go?
Well, exactly. The running theory I have right now is that they were spread across the galaxy when the temple fell, and then when they learned that Ben turned to the dark side, they thought another Jedi purge was going to take place, so they went into hiding.
See, here's the thing I don't understand, right? They're all trained in this way as a Jedi, right? Mm-hmm. But why the fuck would Jedi hide? I don't understand that. That's
because their sole purpose is not to fight back. Their sole purpose is to continue the Jedi way.
I thought that the purpose is to police the fucking galaxy.
No. That's what led to their downfall. When they became like that, they stopped being what the Jedi were meant to be. They became the Jedi of the Old Republic, and that's why they fell.
So they're not supposed to be the peacekeepers of the galaxy. They're supposed to fucking exist.
Their sole purpose is to learn and serve the way of the Force. But when they're not supposed to
stop evil, they're not supposed to go after.
If it's the will of the Force, yes.
But how? So in other words, the will of the Force is to hide in fucking some place and never be seen. That's.
If
there's a reason. Listen to me. There's a reason why fucking Yoda did it. Okay, and Ben did it. There was a reason because Darth Vader and the Emperor took over every fucking thing. They're the Empire. They're fucking unstoppable, right? But to say that you have a whole fucking thousands of Jedi, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta all hide. That's ridiculous.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What happens if you have 1,000 Jedi and they all go up against 10,000 clone troopers?
I understand that, but I'm just saying that still, that's just a weird ass.
But like, what are they? But it's not an excuse though, because what if they all die? Then the Sith win. The Force is plunged.
But the Sith are not even around right now.
Well, no, they didn't know that though. When they heard that Ben turned to the dark side, they're like, "Uh-oh, that."
So you're saying definitely, like that rule of two, which I thought they said was not canon anymore. That's still canon. That there's only
the rule of two has never not been canon.
Right. So it's just two. There's no fucking planet with Sith. Who are those motherfuckers on Exegol?
There was at one point, but what happened
was
who are
those fucking people on Exegol?
Sith acolytes.
What the fuck is that?
A Sith acolyte is a servant of the Sith Lords.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
There can only be 2 Sith Lords. There could be as many Sith assassins and acolytes as you want, but a true Sith Lord is a totally different thing.
But that fucking rule was set by one fucking leader of the Sith, right? None of them had to follow that.
He was the only one left.
But the Emperor, like, Palpatine didn't have to follow. He could have made his own fucking rules.
No, he did follow it because he believed in it. The reason, okay, so originally it was the way you're thinking. There were millions of Sith.
I mean,
there were
fucking Count Dooku fucking trained General Grievous, right?
Grievous is not a Sith.
Okay.
Grievous isn't even Force sensitive.
Right, he's a fucking. I know his brain.
He's a droid that uses lightsabers. That's like
most. The brain is real, but okay.
Yeah, so he's like a cyborg that uses lightsabers.
All right. Yeah. So all this shit, they would never they wouldn't even start training anybody.
They could train them. They just can't be Sith Lords. Like the minute a Sith
Lord. So Darth Maul lives, and he's no longer a Sith.
No, because he was excommunicated from the Sith Order when Palpatine took Dooku.
So you could have tons of these motherfuckers just be excommunicated and still be out.
No. You don't have to excommunicate them. I mean, you can if you want, but there's.
But what I'm saying is, in theory, you could have 1,000 Sith that are just not Sith anymore. No.
They wouldn't be Sith at that point. They would be Sith, and then insert your suffix here.
So Darth Maul is the only Sith that's no longer Sith.
Oh no, there's been many Sith throughout history.
That's what I'm trying to say. So in other words, just like Jedi, right? That they're not Jedi anymore, right? Or whatever the fuck they are.
So you can have as many Jedi as you want. When they leave the Order, they're not considered Jedi anymore because they're not part of the Order. They're just considered Force sensitives or whatever.
Okay, so explain this, right? Mace Windu loses his hands, right? Gets thrown off the balcony, right? That shouldn't kill him because Count Dooku blasted fucking Anakin and Ben Kenobi, right? They didn't die when they were fighting him. So, all right, he lost the hand, okay. But with the fucking Force, when you saw Anakin and fucking Ben Kenobi jumping from car to car, they used the Force to fucking land.
He should have survived. A Jedi of his level
1,000,000%
should not be killed by a fall.
Mace Windu should be fucking alive.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you. So there's no fucking way he should be dead. Unless he sucks.
Yeah, and we know that that's not true because, in my opinion, he was at least the second most powerful Jedi at that time.
Correct. So here's the thing: you're Mace Windu. You just get your fucking ass kicked, right? And Anakin said to him, he's not doing the Jedi way by going to kill, right?
Yeah.
Like which whether that's true or not, right? Whatever. It didn't look like they were obeying the rules anyway, Mace Windu and all of them, right?
None of them were. None of the Jedi.
Right, they're doing their own fucking bullshit thing, right?
Yep.
So if he's doing his own bullshit, so in other words, this happens to Mace Windu, he fucking lands, he's alive. His first act is going to be, I'm going to go fucking hide.
Yes.
And I'm done. All these years I fucking trained to be a Jedi. These motherfuckers are going to take over and fuck it. I'm going to go in a hole someplace.
What is he going to do?
But, like, this is where it's a massive paradox for me. Okay? These guys are supposed to be the good guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So, like, just like Luke said, fuck my training. I got to go save Leia and I got to save Han, right? And I got to stop this fucking Darth Vader. He didn't know it was his father, right? You're telling me this shit happens, they all run like a bunch of bitches? All the fucking Jedi?
No.
Nobody decides to go up against these motherfuckers.
No, because there's a difference between running...
Nobody.
There's a difference between retreating to fight another day and running away because you're scared.
What does that mean?
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
So at some point in time, Mace Windu is going to come back fighting.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. You're Mace Windu. You've just had your arm taken off by Anakin. You got hit by Force Lightning, which Palpatine's Force Lightning is on a completely different level than Dooku. Okay, like
correct.
This is,
I understand that.
His Force Lightning has disintegrated people before. Right?
Yeah, but Luke wasn't fully trained, and he was getting blasted a million times by Palpatine.
But it's Luke though. Luke is exceptional.
Okay.
With the Force. Okay.
All right.
So let's say hypothetically Mace survives. He's not bleeding out because the lightsaber cauterized the wound and stuff like that.
Okay.
He uses the Force to cushion his fall or go from speeder to speeder. He lands safely on the ground. Okay.
Okay. Where does he go next? Right.
He doesn't have his lightsaber.
Right.
He's unbalanced in the Force now. He's hurt from everything that happened to him. What is he going to do?
I don't know. What do you think?
He's going to get obliterated by a million stormtroopers.
Because he's hurt. I mean, he has to heal first.
Right. So he has to leave.
He has to go heal somewhere.
Right. He can't go back to the Jedi Temple.
Okay, done.
Okay. He can't go anywhere where there are clone troopers, which at this point is basically half the galaxy.
But he knows tons of people throughout the galaxy.
Most of the people he knows are now dead.
Everybody. Different planets, different... Okay.
So
where does he go?
Here's where he goes. He goes back to his home planet of Hurricane.
So wouldn't they hunt for him there?
No, because, well, yes, they would look for him because that planet is full of Force sensitives, and the Emperor would probably blow up that fucking planet because it's a problem.
Probably did. Right.
So let's say he goes to Dantooine.
Why does everybody go to Tatooine all the time?
Dantooine, it's a different
planet.
Dantooine.
Dantooine. Okay,
it's a farming planet, sort of, What does he do? What does he do?
He's just a hermit.
Yeah.
He doesn't train anybody.
No, because the minute he does, Vader will sense it, and then boom.
So
Yoda went to Dagobah.
I understand.
Dagobah
correct.
Was a dark side nexus.
Right, and the storm and everything was like kind of blocking out. They couldn't tell he was fucking it. Right, I understand that.
Went to Tatooine because that's also a nexus allegedly in the Force.
Correct, but here's the thing. So how do you live to fight another day if you can't fight another day? Because the moment you start fucking trying to train people to fight another day, you're done.
You wait for the right time to make your move, and then you make your move. And how you know it's the right time to make your move if you're a Jedi is that you become one with the Force and you listen to the will of the Force.
So Mace Windu's alive. He sees that Rey just killed the fucking Emperor. So now what?
He could be dead. He could be dead by that point. He'd be over 100 years old, I think, at that time.
They're not humans.
I know, but
they're aliens. We don't know how long they live.
Well, no, Mace Windu is a human, but we don't know if he can keep himself alive with the Force like Yoda can. And Yoda's species has a longer life.
First of all, there's no rules. Wait, about the human thing, right? There's no. They may look human, but we don't know. There's no definitive.
They are human. They are
human.
Absolutely human. In any guidebook you look at, they say they are 100% human.
They're human, but not on Earth. They're just human.
Yes.
Okay.
Think Doctor Who and colonies on that standpoint.
Yeah,
I know.
They might have some small genetic differences, but it's enough to be like, no, they're human. Like,
yeah. Okay, so when does he make his move?
When the Force tells him to.
When is that?
Whenever the Force tells him to.
Okay.
That's how you should do it. There are other Jedi who are thinking like, hey,
all right, so explain this to me. The Emperor wanted Rey to kill him.
Yes.
So he could inhabit her body.
Essence transfer, yeah.
Mm-hmm. She kills him.
Yep.
He's in her body.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, yeah, that's what should have happened.
He's in her body right now. The Emperor's in her body right now.
Probably.
So how stupid is she?
It's a plot. The plot is stupid. The plot is very stupid.
The Emperor's in Rey right now. Because that's what he wanted.
Right.
And she's just fucking dumb.
What they should have done was what they did in the comics where Anakin should have showed up as a Force ghost with the other Jedi, and they should have physically showed Anakin bringing Palpatine into the netherworld of the Force and scattering his consciousness throughout the cosmic force. That way, nobody could be like, "Oh, the Emperor's still." No, like at that point, he's gone forever.
So what they really need to do now is, right? You need to fucking do a thing where that evil fucking Rey bitch, that had that weird fucking thing. That's what she is now, because she's too fucking stupid to realize it. So the Emperor takes over. She's just done. Her consciousness is eradicated, and now she starts doing crazy shit, killing people, and Finn and fucking Poe, they gotta fucking, like, somebody's gotta train fucking Finn to be a fucking Jedi, because he's gotta take this bitch out.
I agree with that, and I would love to see that, but I already know how Disney would answer that, and Lucasfilm would answer that when people ask.
But that's what happened. The Emperor got what he wanted, though.
But that's
there is no certain way.
But wait,
kill him without inhabiting her body. He's in there.
Wait. But this is how they're going to answer that, and I know because they've already done things like this before. Okay, Rey kills Palpatine, right? What happened to Rey right after she killed Palpatine?
She wants Tatooine.
No.
What?
What happened to her right after she killed Palpatine?
Oh, she died. She was going to die, and then Ben Solo brought her back.
There you go.
Right? So what?
There you go.
What?
The Emperor went into her body. She died. He died. Then brought her back.
No, but Ben Solo brought them back. So
Nope. He only brought Rey back because they're a dyad.
He doesn't know he's in there.
It doesn't matter. He only brought Rey back because they're a dyad. He didn't bring Palpatine back. Palpatine's not part of the dyad.
So where did Palpatine go?
He's gone.
No, he isn't.
He's in the netherworld of the Force.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is.
Here's the thing. You mean to tell me that this motherfucker goes to Exegol with all these motherfucking servant bitches, right? That they're constantly making clone bodies because he's using up the energy so fucking fast.
Constantly making clone bodies.
They're not. What do you mean?
No. They tried to make clone bodies for him. They only were able to make the one that we saw in The Rise of Skywalker. That one got reconstituted when he did the Force drain on Ben and Rey.
You need to tell me that somehow he fucking survives that fall, or he goes in a portal, or whatever the fuck you're saying. I don't know.
The essence transferred away.
Into what?
Into the clone body we see in The Rise of Skywalker.
But how did that clone body survive?
What do you mean?
How is that clone body sustaining him?
He was hooked up to that table.
But you mean to tell me that they can't recreate that?
They had a hard enough time making that body, like just that one.
These are experts in fucking cloning.
The only but you can't clone Force sensitives.
But they just made a body for him to be inhabit.
But why was he trying to go into Rey's body? Because that body was
that's more stable, though. Okay, but still.
Exactly.
Okay, but this is my point.
Think of this.
There's a hole there. I'll tell you what. You have a fucking place that you make 1 million fucking Star Destroyers. You have a place where you have 1 million fucking servants. You have a place where you have this technology that's ridiculous. You mean to tell me that the fucking experts in cloning that they learned this from and all this shit, that they were successful partly in making one fucking body for him, right? You mean to tell me that they can't duplicate that, but yet you can make clones of Jedi or clones of Sith or clones of fucking
wait, hold on. You're defeating your own argument.
Okay.
Who are these other clones that you're talking about?
Okay, first of all, right? The thing in the comic right now is canon, correct?
Yes.
That Luke's hand
is
going to have the genetic material to clone Luke. Whatever, right?
No. They used part of that to make Snoke, who's an imperfect clone.
Okay, but why couldn't they just make another imperfect clone for the Emperor to go in temporarily?
They did.
Besides that body.
Because they didn't have enough genetic material to do it again.
They have Rey right there. Rey's a fucking...
Yeah, but they never took her material, though.
He took First of all, he took the energy from Ben Solo.
He didn't need it. He didn't need it at that
dyad.
time. He didn't need it at that time. The energy, the force energy from the dyad, stabilized the clone body to where he was. That was it. He's like, hey, I'm good now. I'm all good.
Okay, so why? Okay, so if he's good, then why is the machines that he was hooked up to now? Why can't they just make a new one? Okay, why?
He got all. Do you remember the?
Yes.
Okay. He drained the force energy from the dyad. He got off the table because at that point his body was working better than it ever did.
Correct.
So why does he need a clone body? It's done. It's over.
But here's the thing. So he wanted her to kill him.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Yeah.
His body is restored better than ever.
Yeah.
Right? But she still does what he wanted her to do. Right? Yeah. I don't give a fuck if every Jedi and their mother saying, you could do this, Rey, whatever. She's still killing him the way he wanted her to kill him.
She killed him.
Right.
She died. Ben brought her back through the dyad.
But
did
not
bring
him.
Palpatine back.
So he wasn't remaining in the body.
No, he was gone.
Okay.
Now they could say he essence transferred into another body somewhere else, but that would have to be written.
What do you mean, like a regular person?
No, like another clone if they were able to make it. But since they said that he wasn't able to, they would have to retcon that and then do it.
So he's definitely done right now.
Right now, he's dead. Like, we have no evidence of him.
Completely dead.
But what I'm saying, though, is this. There was a whole generation of people from 1983 who thought the same thing that I'm saying now, and then in 2019, they went, hey, you were wrong. He's actually still alive.
Which is bullshit. Right. Right. Which is bullshit.
All of this, like this roundabout that we're having here, all of this
is irrelevant.
The reason. No. It's absolutely relevant. But what I'm saying is all of this is the reason why I did not want them to bring Palpatine back at all. Because I knew like this is going to be Star Wars for the next 30 years. And I said, you fucked up when you killed Snoke. You had the damn thing there. You should have made him Plagueis and just ended it there.
So he essence transferred into a clone body, but he didn't go through any time portal or...
No, he didn't have to.
Like, okay, so in other words, all this bullshit about somebody traveling back in time, preventing him from going into some portal...
It's not true.
That never happened. He never went
let me say this. Okay? As of right now, Disney will not retcon 7, 8, and 9.
Correct.
They are Star Wars. That is
Correct.
it. That is the line item that we are living for the next 50 years.
Right. The next Star Wars we see will be starting fresh, probably 50. They'll say it's 50 years after Rey, where nobody knows what a Jedi is. Nobody knows what a Sith is.
We know where they're starting. We know where they're starting next.
Where they? Oh, that stupid High Republic. Nobody likes that.
No. That's in the past. Rogue Squadron, the confirmed next Star Wars movie, is apparently taking place years after Episode 9.
And what's the purpose of that?
We don't know yet.
So you're gonna have. Okay,
all we know is it's about a squadron. Excuse me, a squadron of X-wing pilots. That's all we know.
Which is by Patty Jenkins.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So here's the thing. There needs to be balance with the Force.
Well,
right now there's only one, so it's not balanced.
In Disney's eyes, the Force is balanced because
when you're good, and that's it. There's no evil. Evil just sucks.
Yeah.
So you're the good guys. That's balance.
Yeah, which is not right, but whatever.
Correct. Okay, then forget it. Then so. There's no way. Okay, so wait a minute now. Darth Maul's still alive.
He's dead.
Oh, that's right, because we can.
Obi-Wan killed him.
Okay, all right. So who the fuck is alive? That's evil. That's
nobody that we know.
Former Sith or former training or any type of thing that they could fucking come out of nowhere and they're. So in other words, okay, Snoke was the Emperor.
Snoke was a product of a bunch of different genetic things.
Are we sure about that? Definitely.
Yep.
Like Snoke is not coming back.
Most likely not. No.
So there's nobody that's evil now.
If we get
Grand Admiral Thrawn is the only one that's existing.
Well, I think Thrawn's dead by the time Rey is around.
We don't know that.
We don't know that.
Too, though. He's an alien too, though.
No. I mean, well, let me say this though.
Okay.
They are planning to have Thrawn in most likely the Ahsoka series.
Correct.
Apparently, The Mandalorian, Rangers of the High Republic, Ahsoka.
Rangers of the High Republic's not happening, right?
It's going to happen in some form or another.
They got canceled right now. It's done.
For now, yes.
That was all about Gina Carano was supposed to be in that.
Most likely, yeah. But all of those shows are allegedly leading up to either a big event on Disney Plus or a movie where Thrawn may or may not be the villain. And if he's
not going to be force sensitive, though.
He's not force sensitive, no.
So what's the point?
He can outmatch force sensitives. We saw that in the
the whole thing is always Star Wars has always been about the good. Star Wars has always been about either the Sith or whatever. Like you're gonna have a Star Wars movie with a Jedi without the fucking Sith, or without an evil Jedi or whatever the fuck. That's never been.
There's not gonna be any Jedi. There's not gonna be any Jedi in this thing either.
I'm not saying Rogue. I'm saying after.
No, I'm talking about in whatever they're planning to do with the Mandalorian. And
no more fucking Jedi.
What Jedi are left?
I don't know.
Just Luke.
Grogu.
He's not a Jedi.
How do we know?
He's not a Jedi. He's training. He's training to be a Jedi.
Who's training him now?
Luke.
Luke's dead.
No, you're getting confused. I'm talking about in the Mandalorian time.
Correct. But I'm talking now Rise of Skywalker. Who's around there?
Oh, we don't know. We have no idea.
We have no idea.
Right now, it's just Rey.
We think.
Well, no. I mean, Rey's alive at the end of
Rise of Skywalker. I'm just saying, okay. So you don't, okay, so they're just going to do, first of all, do we know that Mandalorian's definitely going to happen? Because isn't he signed? Pedro Pascal, isn't he signed for the Last of Us fucking 5 seasons?
They said they're filming. They've already either filmed or they're filming season 3 right now. So
3? They're up to 3 already?
No, of the Mandalorian.
Oh no, he's not. Isn't he doing the Last of Us right now?
Apparently, he said that he's also doing the Mandalorian.
How could you do both fucking series like that?
Because they only need him for ADR. They don't need him to be on set.
Really. Oh, for his voice?
Yeah.
Oh, because he's not doing any of that shit.
Apparently, like 80 to 90% of the stuff you see with Din Djarin is the stunt double.
Not him. Okay. All right. Then of course.
Yeah. So
the Rogue Squadron is coming out when? 2023?
It might be 2025 at this point.
And what about fucking Rian Johnson's bullshit? Is that happening still? His trilogy?
It's never been officially canceled.
And what about Taika Waititi's one?
That's apparently happening, but I have a funny feeling that's going to be a High Republic movie.
And what about Kevin Feige's Star Wars one?
Apparently he's not doing a Star Wars movie anymore.
What do you mean?
Apparently he's not doing it anymore.
When did this happen?
A little while ago.
He's done? Done.
I don't know for sure, but I know
what the fuck happened?
The rumor right now is that it fell through and that it's not happening.
How the fuck did that fall through if he's in charge of this whole fucking MCU? How would that fall?
That's why apparently he had to focus on MCU stuff and he couldn't do Star Wars.
That's what they told him?
That's what the rumor is.
Yeah, because maybe MCU's fucked right now.
Now that could change. That could change tomorrow. They could come out and be like, "Hey, Kevin Feige, Star Wars." You know.
I thought that Brie Larson was 100% hired to be in fucking that movie.
That's been a rumor. The rumor is that she's been hired to play Mara Jade.
Which would mean that Luke is married and.
Oh no! This was apparently they were like, it's Mara Jade who's not Luke's wife. It's a different version of her.
The fuck? What do you mean? Why bring her? Oh.
Let me ask you a question. You really think Brie Larson is going to come in to play somebody's wife?
No, she's going to be someone that has to be the top fucking Jedi bitch.
There you go.
That fucking fights the fucking top fucking Sith bitch.
And of course, she's the one that has to win, but of course gets thumped back.
And then Robert Downey Jr. would be a fucking Empire or some shit, and then or Chris Evans or somebody, and it'd be like a joke. Like it'd be just like she's the top Jedi person taking out the man.
I'll say this right now. Well, yeah, no, you're right about that. But I'll say this though. The Star Wars canon is a mess right now.
I know.
It's an absolute mess. Just
I would wipe that whole fucking thing clean.
As good as the finale of The Mandalorian season 2 was, I mean, Disney and Lucasfilm wasted no time ruining that. Like, it's legitimately.
I would wipe 7, 8, 9 clean. Completely fucking clean.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's a fucking... I'm sorry, but the biggest... And I know you and I disagree about this, but the biggest fucking mistake to Star Wars history is that fucking Last Jedi. That fucked everything up. I am sorry. I could live with Force Awakens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you and I disagree, and that's fine. But that Last Jedi fucked everything up.
They should have had J.J. Abrams make all 3 movies.
And no, he didn't want to because he's a dick. He said, I'm doing some of this shit.
No, that's not why.
I thought he said he wouldn't want to do the next one.
No. He got hired to do 7. They had to convince him to do 7 because he was afraid that he wasn't going to do it properly. But then Steven Spielberg apparently sat down with him and was like, listen, you can do this. You're going to do something good. Do it. So then he made 7, right?
And then Disney, he fucked up 9.
No. What happened was Rian Johnson went to Disney. He went to Lucasfilm and said, I have an idea for a Star Wars movie. It could be a trilogy. Here's my pitch. And apparently they
made it that.
They loved it so much. They loved it so much that they said, hey, why don't you not do this and instead you do episode 8?
Which is the worst thing they could possibly do.
He said, I really want to just do my movie. And they said, no, just do 8. And he said, okay, I'll do 8. And the reason that he got away with everything he wanted was because they said, you're basically 100% in charge of this. You could do whatever you want. So, of course, he's going to do whatever he wants. Then Colin Trevorrow was supposed to do Duel of the Fates. He gave the script to Lucasfilm, and they said, this is not what we're looking for. They had creative differences. He left, and they brought JJ back. And Colin Trevorrow's script was absolutely amazing. It was the movie that everybody wanted, despite The Last Jedi.
Correct.
It had everything in there that would have been amazing, and Lucasfilm said, where's Rey? Why can't she be the most powerful?
There's going to be time travelers that can try to come back and erase this whole movie.
Right.
That's how bad. Because it was night and day with Luke in Rise of Skywalker.
I'm telling you,
it was a fucking joke.
They could have saved The Last Jedi by doing 2 simple things.
That was a clone?
Don't kill Snoke. Don't kill Luke. Everything's okay.
That's pretty much what I said in the first place.
They couldn't say that Luke was a clone?
That's what I said in the first place. What they could have done, they could have set it up to where Snoke, what we saw Snoke get killed, that wasn't Snoke. That was a puppet that somebody was manipulating. So that way he could have even come back in the latter movies.
Well, that's what they did, except the idiots were like, hey, you know who's pulling the Snoke strings? Palpatine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, if I was in charge of that movie, I would have pulled the rug out from everybody, and I would have did a double turn where Rey turned to the dark side.
I would have loved to see that shit, bro.
I would have made it so crazy.
That would have been great.
You would have had every little girl who was looking up to Rey crying in that theater.
Yes.
That
would have been an Empire Strikes Back ending where they fucking lost and they're looking out. That'd be great.
Only for Rey to have the greatest redemption story ever in The Rise of Skywalker, and all those little girls that left home crying would be cheering in the 3rd movie.
Right.
That's the type of shit that you have to do.
That's why they still need to do that. She needs to be fucking that evil fucking bitch with that fucking.
Dude, I would have had her when Snoke was there. I would have had her and Ben there, Kylo Ren at the time. I would have had her like stab Ben with his own lightsaber, and then Luke saves him, and then that's the double turn. I would have fucked people up with
Would you have had that be the cliffhanger for the movie, though?
the cliffhanger for the movie would have been Rey getting on the ship with Snoke and taking off the Exegol.
Okay.
Fuck those motherfuckers, right? Yeah,
and then,
better yet, here we go. I'll one up. I'll even one up. All we see is Snoke and somebody from behind going onto the ship. The following movie, we sort of do like a few minutes earlier, and then that way, when we see the same shot, that's when the camera spindles around, and that's when you see.
You could do it like that. But you could do it like that, and I think that would be effective. But I think it's more effective if you see Rey turn, like you saw Anakin turn, like you see, you know, Rey turn, and then and then Snoke belittles Ben because Ben's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have Snoke saying, "I knew you were going to betray me, like Vader betrayed the Emperor. Betrayal is in your family nature. The Skywalker legacy is betrayal." And then you have Snoke reveal who Rey is. Like maybe she's something, right? And then right as Rey's about to kill Ben.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right as Rey's about to kill Ben in that scene, that's when Luke shows up.
And then, she's technically his daughter or his granddaughter, right?
Oh no, in my version, Palpatine doesn't come back.
No, but technically she's the granddaughter now, like from Rise of Skywalker,
yes,
right?
Yeah, sort of, yeah. But what I would have done is I would have said that Rey was something totally different. Like I have a totally different backstory for Rey, but I would have Luke show up to save Ben, and then basically the end of the Rise of Skywalker, or excuse me, the end of The Last Jedi would be a parallel. You would see, kind of like Scott was saying, you would see Rey on the dark side with Snoke, and then you would see Ben in like a hospital wing being treated for his lightsaber wound with Leia and Luke there, and then Ben would his eyes would open, and you would see that his eye color would be a bit different. It'd be more like it was when he was Ben,
right?
And that way, his story is resolved because he thought that Luke hated him and tried to kill him. But the fact that he saw Luke protect him from Rey and then sees him with his mother in this hospital wing, it makes his story, it ends the Kylo Ren story. And begins the Ben Solo story. And he is the last Jedi. He's the one.
Right.
And then in the Rise of Skywalker, that's what they mean. It's his rise. Luke and Leia teach him. Snoke teaches Rey, but she's feeling like conflicted because this isn't right. She knows that this isn't right. And then the duel of the fates is Ben and Rey. Rey turns back. They work together to defeat Snoke. And because both of them were on the light and the dark side, they are balanced in the Force.
Right. It would have been
same as Luke.
Here's the thing. They could, unfortunately, that's done.
Yeah.
But they could still do a Star Wars movie where it takes place right after Rise of Skywalker. What's your name? Skywalker. Then you see her turn around, ignite a fucking lightsaber, and fucking kill the fucking person. Like, they can make it that she still turns.
Sure.
Like, that the Emperor is in her. Like, that, whoa, you fucked up, bitch. And then that's how the movie starts, is that she turns and kills the lady.
What they should do, here we go. What they should do is she starts having dreams as though she's killing somebody. And at first she suspects she's linked, and then it's revealed that she's the one doing the...
Because Emperor is inside her, right?
Yeah.
But Disney would never do a fucking movie like that.
No, because they have to protect Rey. Like, they have this thing about Rey being like the good, pure...
They're so fucked with their all this... You cannot write a movie or a script or a book because everything is all psychoanalyzed and like, the guy could be fucking screwed over, the guy could be killed, or the guy could be evil, or but a woman can't have a woman that's a fucking enemy or a fucking villain. I mean, Hello was different or whatever, but even then they tried to make it like she got fucked over by Logan. I'm not Logan, I'm Odin. And who was her? It's an excuse, and she's mad. Like, they had to make.
Why do you think? Well, I mean, look what they did to Kylo Ren, and you know what I've noticed too. After the dust has settled with these three movies, even people who hate those movies come out and go, Kylo Ren was the most interesting character in all three of them.
I fucking love Kylo Ren. I fucking on a mug. I am fucking figures all over the fucking place.
Somebody made, you'll like this a lot. Somebody made a meme where it was a picture of Kylo Ren, and it listed everything that was factual about him, and it was like heir to the Skywalker throne, or heir to the Skywalkers,
Prince of Naboo, right?
Prince of Naboo because of his grandmother.
Yep.
The heir to Vader's throne.
Filthy rich. Because he's
Han Solo's son, so connected to the underworld. Enemy of Boba Fett, if Boba Fett's still alive. They went through this whole thing, and then the end of the meme was and they still fucked him up. And I was like,
exactly.
Holy shit.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
Exactly. I gotta tell you, I don't know if we agree about this, but I always told you the moment he took his mask off, that was it. He has to have the mask on. Remember, I was like, "Oh, next movie's gonna." You're like, "No, we want
to be the mask." Kylo Ren,
That's him. Yeah. Fucking is the mask. The moment I gotta tell you, I told you many times I love Force Awakens, right? But I told you the moment he took the fucking helmet off, he was like a weak bitch, and she was like, but that's the point. It's like, oh, put the fucking mask back on, bro. Jesus Christ, got the fucking mane with the fancy hair, your fucking family's rich and you're fucking prima donna, who the fuck you are, and this bullshit show, and you got your ass kicked. Because you know what the fuck, you think you're all that, and she has the fucking Force in her and shit. Biggest mistake was that she was powerful. She should have been a Kenobi. She should have been a fucking Kenobi or something.
I think that they purposely sacrificed Kylo Ren to make Rey look good. He was like a jobber in wrestling. They built him up to be a jobber for Rey. And then when
there was a fucking thing that sucks. He was fucking awesome. He killed Snoke in 5 seconds. I love fucking.
To this day, I still contend. Everybody tells me, oh, he was terrible in a lightsaber duel.
I'm like, killed the main fucking guy in seconds.
Well, that too. But I'm like, go back and watch when he was fighting Finn. Finn, who was a trained fighter, he was toying with that man the whole first 5 minutes of that fight. And then when Finn got that one hit on him, he was like, okay, we're done. And then he ended it.
So
he beat Rey for that first 10 minutes of that fight. And then when she connected to the Force, that was it.
He's done. He's fucking done. He's fucking done, bitch. He's done. He's fucking done. He's banging his fucking, he's got hurt. He's banging his fucking, oh my God.
He beat Rey in The Rise of Skywalker too. It was only because Leia died that he sensed it, and then Rey got the upper hand. Yeah. It's always an excuse when they fight. There's always something stupid that happens.
I did like Rise of Skywalker, even though I thought some of the stuff was bullshit, because I liked it way better than fucking Last Jedi. But, and the little kid in me is like, oh, the Emperor, but then the adult in me is like, no, he can't be back. It's like, it was like a conflict. You know what I'm saying? You wait all these years, like, oh, the Emperor's back, yes! I was excited, but then you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be excited.
Oh, the Emperor's hooked up to an operating table. Maybe this isn't so good.
Senior citizen fucking Emperor that, I'm gonna come get you. Let me get my walker. It's like, okay.
I don't know who wrote his dialogue. I don't know who wrote his dialogue in that movie, but that was not how the Emperor talked. When he was like, the Princess of Alderaan has ruined my plans. I was like, shut up.
The Emperor fucking put this shit on galactic television. I'm like, wait, what? Why would he fucking do that, bro?
Exactly.
Why would he do that? Never.
Still,
that's the greatest trash.
The man who tricked the entire Jedi Order, including Yoda,
I'm gonna put this shit on TV. Come get me, bitch. Come get me. Are you fucking crazy? That would never happen.
He put the fucking message on Space YouTube and was like, subscribe to my channel.
Fuck you. I'm like, and they're like, we just saw on TV. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
That was the greatest.
Ever fucking? I was like, this is fucking J.J. Abrams. This stupid fuck. This stupid fuck did this. I saw that. I said that immediately. This is the exact words. This stupid fuck J.J. Abrams did this.
The greatest line in Star Wars history by Poe Dameron, and I quote, somehow Palpatine came back.
Right, he's on TV.
Unbelievable.
Like a goddamn motherfucking superstar.
Unbelievable.
And you're hiding for decades, and now you're like, hey, Resistance, come get me. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, why didn't you just let her go there and not tell anybody else?
You remember in Sherlock when Moriarty shows up and he goes, did you miss me? That's what I thought Palpatine did at the end.
But that was actually good, though. No, but that was actually good, though. The show.
Oh, I know.
But not this. All right, we got to get out of here. It's late. I got to get to sleep. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed this thing of 3 hours and 34 minutes. Might be a record. Take care. Bye for now. Thank you, guys.